Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up. Well, good evening. Welcome back to J is for Justice. I feel like I haven't been over here in so long. Thanks for joining me doing a pop-up late night live. Happy Halloween, what's left of it. What's up, Ishi? We got Scott H in here stalking me with the eyeballs. Hello, Miss Evelyn. Hello, beautiful Auntie Cheryl. Southern Ishi. Hey, Candy. Look at, we're the at people over here. Hey, Christy. These names are going to screw me up now. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Thanks for coming in. I figured we could hang out, and if anybody was up, we could hang out and watch this. I saw that this came out, and I kind of caught a little bit, like, bits and pieces. I was taking a nap, and it was on. But there was a few things in this interview that kind of freaked me out. I don't get any trick-or-treaters. I'm so done with that. Kelly Barrison. Kelly Barrison is a troublemaker. Listen, Kelly, you're going to get me sued by Dr. John. What names is she? Yeah. Oh, yeah, these names. I don't like it. Hey, Tracy V. Very good to see you. Yeah, I live in a 45 and up community. Hey, Crimson. What's up, beautiful? Lana K. Tracy, I've been good, man. I've been on my second channel a lot, following this hidden true crime bullshit. If you guys aren't subbed up to my second channel, it's Every Day with Jay. Evelyn, thank you for... Oh, I got to fix this. Thank you for 18 months, a Justice Jedi. Look at you. Thank you so much, Evelyn. I hope you're doing good. Everybody doing well at your house? Let me fix this. That's crazy. It's been a year and a half. Look at Ishi coming in hot with the 14 months. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for keeping your memberships over here. I really appreciate it. Like, I don't expect you guys to be green over here when I'm not, like, going live regularly. So I really do appreciate that. Hey, Angel Chippies. Well, Auntie Cheryl, did you hear what happened today? Oh, yeah, they're sending out C&Ds now. 18 months. You guys are little toddlers. Evelyn and I are twinning. Thank you, Pines. Good to see you. Hey, Jackie. Holy shit. Look at Auntie Cheryl. 40 months. Wow. Yeah, they're sending out C&Ds to somebody. It's on X. Thank you so much, Cheryl. She is a total OG, man. RLR, what's happening? That is amazing. Listen, hey, Sin, are you done cleaning the porta potties today? I've about had it. I've had so many creators coming to me about Sin because she's just causing trouble on these streets. I'm getting all kinds of reports in. I can hardly keep up with them. Hello, Lori. Hello, Harley. Welcome in. Welcome in. We're just hanging out. We're going to watch this interview and discuss it. I really appreciate that, Auntie Cheryl. You truly are an important part of my channel. Hello, Miss Brittany. What's happening? So the latest is, get this, okay? The latest is that the hidden true crime people sent cease and desist to somebody, but we don't know who it is yet. Exactly, Lana K. Like they're not learning. Hello, Huntress. And then today when I was live, I try to be fair. When I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong, right? So I had kind of put out in the atmosphere that they did not get a 100K plaque from YouTube. So today during my review, I was like, oh my God, because we were reviewing Kresha, and Kresha was like, yeah, we're live. Kresha was like, where's your plaque? And I'm like, fuck, I better correct that because I did come across them getting it. So I go to pull up I pull up the video of John and what's her name on Lauren unboxing their plaque, right? Well, get this. Upon further viewing, because I didn't go that far into it, John had no pants on. And Lauren kept freaking panning down. Lori Jean, it was awful. It was the most horrific thing. She kept panning down. Thanks, Cheryl. She was panning down at his legs. And I blame Kelly Barrison because she's the one that freaking pointed it out. Yes, you didn't see it? Well, get this. I replayed that part today after the live. Her freaking kid was on the couch, y'all, watching them. It is totally BJ 2.0. Joey girl, what's up? We're moving the cobwebs out of J is for Justice for Halloween. Dude, her kid was straight sitting on the couch facing them like she was holding up the freaking award. And then when she moved the award, the kid was on the couch like looking at them. And I thought, holy fuck, they sat there for 20 minutes like a couple of fucking imbeciles. Hey, B. Frank. A couple of imbeciles with this plaque while this kid was just sitting there. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, it was weird, dude. Celtic Moon, it was today. Do you want me to pull it up really quick and show you that part? Plus, look at this shit. There was 2,356 documents released today in the Idaho 4. I want to thank Body for sharing the link. Let me show you really quick. It was jaw-dropping. I didn't even know what to say. Manson, Simpson, Kohberger. What does that mean? Beau Assange. Beau Assange. Okay, it was in this one. Okay, hold on. Let's find it because it's over here. I chapter my videos for your viewing pleasures. The YouTube plaque right here. Okay. So I'll play it so you get context. Look at this shit. Hang on, let me get rid of this chat box. Oh my God, why do I have two chat boxes? Where's that other one? Oh, that's from the live stream, Jesus. Okay. It confused me for a moment. So this is their reflection in the mirror of their, isn't it, Kels? Chapters are hot AF. I'll show you, Angie. Listen. This is their reflection. See where these couches are back here? The kid... Oh my God, that scared the bejesus out of me. Summer! Stop! That scared me. See, don't come around my house. If you look back here... Desiree, desire to go higher. I sleep all the fucking time. Hold on. I'm going to mute you until they stop. Okay, all good. I think somebody like dropped somebody off or something. But anyways, if you look beyond the plaque, you see like couches. That's where I caught a glimpse of the kid. And I was like, oh my God, they're acting like absolute children in front of the kid. Okay, so this is where I stopped. I was like, Kresha was like, where's your plaque? And I appreciate that. We don't see that very often.
That are difficult.
Hold on.
Okay, Mac arches. Sucks to be critical. And
hey, else in here will. Thank you, Cynthia Dawn. I appreciate that.
That's even if you're not.
Here, we'll start at the beginning. You ready? Here we go. This is from 2 years ago, July 15th, 2023. We did it, Gems. Hello, Phantom. A huge thanks to our community. Thanks.
Hey, everyone.
Hello.
We're going live.
Just a quick live.
It's John's birthday. He didn't want me to tell you guys, but we'll just start with that.
It's our anniversary. More important than my birthday, it's our anniversary.
Good save. Good save.
Yeah.
It is our anniversary, and I posted that it was our.
No, he had his reptile tongue come out, and it caught a reflection in.
Yep.
Happy 39th again, babe.
Let's just go with the anniversary.
So a couple days ago, we got something in the mail, and we wanted to wait until today to open it. And of course, though, it's almost the end of the day for the East
Yeah,
Coast.
it's a little late. We went out for our anniversary.
Well, at least they were together on their anniversary this year. Thank you.
Grayson was a burger eater in school.
Dude, we get wild over there, okay? We get wild. In a striped shirt, walking around. Okay, hold on. I got to get to the part where Kelly points this shit out.
It's actually been a really rough week. We haven't had water. Let's see.
Oh, and they haven't had water either, just like BJ's whale bladder. Yes, Crimson, they got married on his birthday. It's like, what a way to like water down his birthday. That way, that day is about her. It's weird, right? Right. I mean, I had to see Miss E's fucking cooch. Now his fucking thighs. It's a Cooterville score. Hold on. I could not believe this shit. The people on Reddit are calling him like Dr. Underoo. It's absolutely fucking hysterical.
Scissors.
I even slowed it down. Imagine if Lauren got up today from one of her power naps and cram 6 months listening from work while having dinner. Aw, good to see you, Cram It. Here comes Grayson down the hall in the fucking Chucky outfit with her hair all messy. I don't think 39. I think she's joking. Okay, she's joking. We don't know he's not wearing pants yet. We don't know. He's older than Lauren. Moon and Stars. It took me out, I believe. Holy fuck! And I knew it. I knew Shell was gonna come in and be boom. She's like, "Oh yeah, Auntie Cheryl, you think you're an OG? Look at this shit. Hold my beer. 65 months. Wow, that is fucking amazing. Thank you so much, Shell. That is, wow, that is great. I cannot believe it's been 65 months. Damn. That is wild, man. I don't think I've ever seen that anywhere. That is huge. That is absolutely huge. I love you, Shell. Okay, now back to Dr. Underoo.
For your birthday.
Tracy V, wait. I know your birthday is a couple days after mine. Oh, thank you. 17 months for crimes. 17 months looks silly. No, it does not. It looks amazing. Thank you so much, Crimes, for your support as well.
Birthday?
On my birthday.
And what do we call it? A birthversary?
I don't know. Yeah, something like that. And a birthday.
And a birthday. Versary. That was your idea to get married on your birthday, by the way. That was the day before. He said, okay, if we can get somebody to marry us tomorrow, let's get married. And I pulled it off. And then we eloped. I shared a little bit of the video. All right. Okay. So this is what we have. Here we go. We got that.
And that is exactly how they come. I can vouch for that.
In the mail, and we're going to We're going to unbox it with all of you. And what do you have there, John?
Thank you, Melissa.
Some scissors.
Oh my God. Is he fucking wearing pants? Hold
We
on.
got that in the mail, and we're going to...
Hold the fucking phone. I hope those are just khakis.
We're going to unbox it with all of you. And
Y'all, is that his leg or is he wearing khakis?
and
Oh, is he in his underwear?
unbox it with all of you. And
Oh, he's in his skivvies. Oh my God. What? 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 Are you sure those aren't pants? This could not be happening to me right now. I'm done with this internet already. I'm done with this fucking internet today. Done. Oh my God. What? Come on. Dude, this was in my live stream this morning on my second channel. He is pantless. I literally could not, I did not know what to do. He's spread eagle. Oh my God, Scott H. Dead. Dead. Here I am trying to freaking correct myself and give them props and say I was wrong. They did get their fucking black. And I come across this. Hello, Chris. I cannot either tattoos. Shorts and a dress shirt? What? Oh my gosh. Sam Bada, it is so good to see you, man. How are you doing? He says 65 months. Yeah, I remember late 2020 speaking with you in late 2020 along with author Rollo Tomasi about Chris Watts. 100%, dude. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
what do you have there, John?
What?
So,
Oh my God. She's like, what do you have there? Yeah, big time. Sam Bada, my thoughts have definitely changed over the years. Definitely. Y'all, those are not pants. Those are fucking legs. Shell says, I see a whole thigh. I think... Nonsense. This is not my fault. Someone else said it in chat, and I was like, what? And that would be Kelly Barrison. Thanks, Kelly. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Someone said 0 pantaloons. I'm gonna pass out. The fuck? This is fucking weird, dude.
I don't know who he's controlled
What is
by,
happening?
man.
Why does this happen? Oh, fuck.
scissors.
Some scissors.
It's like she knew what she was showing. What?
All right.
Oh, God. She's like, she's got scissors. And she's showing him in his skivvies. What is happening?
It's John Wayne Bobbitt's penis.
Oh, my God. Oh. What in the pure hell? Does he do this when Grayson's filming? Who's filming? I mean, who's their producer at this time? Happy Halloween. I have a fucking soundbite for everything. John's Fupa shot was not on my fucking bingo card either. I don't even know if I can go on like this. Holy fuck. Like, why?
Okay.
Don't
Oh,
point.
oh, it is. Oh my God, it's worse.
All right. Okay.
Don't.
Oh, hell no. Mm-mm. Nope. Oh, hells no.
Making it happen.
Purple Passion, thank you for your super chat. You're dying. I'm literally in front of this computer. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know if they're boxers or if they're shorts. I don't want to know. But it's strange. All right, let's go back to real time.
Hey, Tara.
Holy fucking hell. I can't. This was July 15th, 2023. They're opening their YouTube plaque.
Don't point those at me like that.
Happy
oh my
anniversary.
Gosh. There's some aggressive impulses there on our anniversary.
Sorry about that.
Just so it's on camera, so now you know.
Hey, everyone.
So should I
Okay,
cut
yeah.
this?
Let's see if I can turn it around. Hold on. Hold on, everybody. Let's see. I don't know if I can.
Right. I mean, I had to see Miss E's fucking cooch. Now his fucking thighs. It's a Cooterville score. Oh my God, Nicole. I'm dead. I am fucking dead. Oh, Jesus.
Here we go.
Sweet
Okay.
fucking sweet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll show you where
Here
the
we
kid
go.
is in a minute.
And of course, what else do we have on here? We've got a toy. Let's see. I don't know if I
She's
can.
like, snip, snip, snip.
Here we go. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
there we go.
And of course, what else do we have on here? We've got a toy, a remote control, a shirt.
yeah.
Guys, it's actually been a really rough week. We haven't had water.
You have kids. You have kids. Oh my God, Pines. Oh, Pines. I got to go back for Pines. Hold on. Jesus, I rewound. Hold on. Let's go back up. Okay, here we go.
Go. Okay. I'm excited.
Hi, Bitter Tea.
What do we
Okay,
have
there's
here?
a letter.
A letter that says, I'll read it. Do you remember?
Well, let's go back because they said they haven't had water and he hasn't taken a shower in 6 days. Hold on. Okay, here we go.
Hold on, everybody. Let's see. I don't know.
Yeah,
if I
like
can.
the whale bladder.
Here we go. Okay.
Okay, there we go.
And of course, what else do we have on here? We've got a toy, a remote control, a shirt.
Right, yeah.
Guys, it's actually been a really rough week. We haven't had water in how many days
Until
now?
today, yeah.
That was our first
I took my
gift.
first shower in 6 days today.
Oh, fuck this. You know what? Patty, you're right. She said, I love how we found this. I prepped. This is where we, damn it.
Did go to your parents to shower.
Yeah, that's true.
Since the
once.
garage flooded, we haven't had water, but we also got that today.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Since the
once.
garage flooded,
I mean, are you kidding me?
we haven't had water, but we also got that today.
Okay, here we go.
Finally.
Here we go.
Here we go. Okay. I'm excited.
Hi, Bitter Tea.
What do we
Okay,
have
there's
here?
a letter.
A letter that says, I'll read it. Do you remember? I'll read it while you just keep opening.
Okay.
Oh, no, but look. No, let's just look. Did they get it right? Hidden true crime. I was so afraid to spell it wrong. Do you see
see
that
what this
typo? I'm typo queen. I speak fluent typo.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, it's so pretty. So we'll read the letter. Okay, hold on.
It's kind of hard to see.
Oh, look. That's so creepy. We hold it up and there's a mirror. Here we go.
Okay. Yeah.
It was right there. Right there. Watch.
That's so creepy. We hold it up and there's a mirror. Here we go.
I can't make it up. I mean, I can't. This is BJ 2.0.
Okay. Yeah.
There we are, guys, filming. Okay, so it says, focus.
I didn't notice this the first time around. I noticed that on replay, and I was just like, wow. I didn't see his feet. Does he the fucking that on song? Hold on. Dream. I was like,
Subscribers. 100,000 gems.
Don't forget presented to.
Presented to. I'm having a hard
Right.
time. Oh, it's so pretty. And there we are.
Right, 100,000 exactly. 100,000 hidden gems.
Yay!
So we wanted to celebrate this with our gems on our anniversary.
I still think it's weird we can see each other. Look.
Now we're on our anniversary.
I still think it's weird we can see each other. Look.
Yo, this is the funniest fucking shit I've ever seen. I can't. Now knowing that he's sitting there with no pants. Oh God, you guys are, it's been one hell of a ride, Scott H. It's insanity. This is insane. Holy shit. Thank you for the super chuck.
Part of our anniversary.
Yes.
So, thank you guys. This is great. Thank you for making this happen.
Guys, I when I started out as a TV reporter, I always wanted an Emmy. That was my thing. Yeah. That was my thing. I always wanted an Emmy, but who needs an Emmy?
An Emmy? In your eagle?
YouTube
plaque. So
right. So
do you know how many people that got an Emmy that don't have one of these?
Yeah, most of.
So why do you keep doing that,
an
girl?
Emmy that don't have one of these?
Why does she? Oh, he is barefooted. Oh God, this is scary for Halloween. You know what? Thank you for every yarn. All right, enough of that. That's what I went through earlier. Literally what I went through earlier. Oh my God. Whew, was not expecting that. That's for sure. All right. You guys crack me up, though. I would have never thought. Hello, Emma. Happy Halloween, everybody. Just join in. We're going to get going on this interview here with Molly McMichael. What is this room? This is at the Moscow Police Department. Hey, Muscles, what's up? Happy Halloween. Dude, I don't know what that was all about. Them people are wild. Did you, Bada? You got an Emmy? Oh, True Crime Besties for the resties. Thank you, Kels, for 18. We got a lot of 18-month anniversaries today. Thank you so much. All right, so this is Molly McMichael. This is the DoorDash driver that delivered the order to Xana Kernodle. I have not seen this yet. Like I said, I thank you, Emma, for 1 month. I appreciate your support. But I haven't seen this. I've seen bits and pieces, like I said before. But let's walk through it and see what she's got to say about the night of November 13th. And this is on 11/23/2022. So the date on this is November 23rd. Welcome in, you guys. Hit the like button if you haven't already. And there's no sound yet. It's going to be silent for, I think it's like 30 seconds. I know I haven't seen it either, guys, so we'll be watching it together. Hey, Sherry. Oh, White Wolf, that is Ollopp. Ollopp. She created the musical. I need to put that in the description. This is Corporal Brent Payne. Thanks for coming in, guys. It's, last minute thing. I was like, I want to watch this. I'll watch it with you guys. I'll put the captions on too.
It's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. I was a lot. So I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to. Can I say hi to you?
Yeah. He's very good. He loves everybody.
So she's got her little dog in here on her lap. She's got a little tiny dog. I don't know. I saw Plunder put it out yesterday, maybe, or the day before. But she's got a little dog on her lap. Aw, thanks, Muscles. I appreciate that.
Hey, you're pretty cute, man.
He's 2.5 pounds and 4 years old.
Big fella, aren't you? Yeah.
So yeah, when he passed away, I got to keep him. So he stayed with me.
So, like Alex was saying, we're gonna just take it nice and easy, okay? So we have a map here if you need it, okay? So, just let us know what else you need. I'm gonna take some notes.
Okay.
But don't think I'm not paying attention to you.
No,
We're just,
I'm not ready yet.
my brain doesn't work that great sometimes, so I gotta write.
We're going to do a little test on the audio. You know how I am. There's a lot of background noise. I just put a filter on. I'm going to let it play. Does it sound better?
Stuff down or I'll forget it, okay? So, so I guess the first thing we'll do today is just kind of start, if you wouldn't mind, by, you know, when you got your first order that night and when you delivered your last one. Can you just tell me about that?
It's better with the filter on? Okay. Perfect. All right. Thanks for being here, guys. Hit the like button. Hashtag best audio. Holla.
As far as that night went, I think I worked a total of like 18 hours that night. So I mean, but to focus on here, I mean, the 3 calls that I got from there were all relatively wrong.
Okay. This is my first red flag. Did you hear what she just said? She worked freaking 18 hours straight. How does one do that? Yikes. I don't know, like, how one stays awake in DoorDashes. Hey, Emmy. You're old crusty or trusty? Oh, no, that's us old people. We're old crusties. I know, Flower Girl. I'm an audio snob. It's DoorDash, right, but 18 hours? That seems a little excessive. I couldn't even stay up that long and do that crap. This is the Idaho 4 case. Bryan Kohberger. That's what I was thinking, Jackie Blue. Drugs. My question is, did she have orders the entire time or breaks in between? Right. Hey, bud. That's a really good question. I worked a total of 18 hours that night, she says.
To focus on here, I mean, the 3 calls that I got from there were all relatively around the same time. There was 2 calls to the apartment complex next to it, the brick apartment complex. One was...
Okay, so maybe she was just logged into the app to accept orders. Maybe they didn't get them that much. Do you know what I mean? No, this is not Grayson. This is Corporal Payne and Molly, the DoorDash driver. Idaho 4. I know. Got to switch gears. Yeah, she did, Angel. But it sounds like maybe she had the app running and maybe she didn't get a lot of, you know, she wasn't like driving that whole time. But then she says she got 3 orders pretty much all at once. 2 for the apartments and 1 for 1122 King Road. I just wanted to verify that.
The calls to the apartment complex next to it, the brick apartment complex. One was a big order, large. It's a weird name too. He put down a strange name. I can't even remember what it was, but it was. Some people like to play with the names when they make orders, and it was definitely one of those. Somebody screwing around being a
Of course.
Yeah. They were all Jack in the Box orders too, because at that time nothing's open but Jack in the Box around here. The other one that I did was I think it was, I'm trying to remember, but same thing. That apartment, it was in the center section. By the time I got to that, the one that we're here for, it was my last last call for that night, or for that pretty much evening. In fact, when I got back to Jack in the Box that night, they thought I wasn't coming back and had thrown away the orders. They had to remake my orders so I could deliver them because they didn't think I was coming back. They thought I just quit for the night.
Gotcha.
So she got to the Jack in the Box and they had thrown out the food So she literally had to wait there for them to remake the food. I
Have
agree,
you been there
Cheryl.
at night at that house?
Yes, I have. Yep.
Okay, so you know that the number for the house is right there under the light, and it's very hard to see at night. That was probably my biggest problem, was trying to find the number. I didn't actually realize that I was there, which is why I was probably there for about 15 minutes. And my clock, or my map on my phone that tells me where to go, kept telling me to go up and around. Instead of, I actually initially pulled and parked up right there, parked right in front, but I didn't see the number, so I didn't know, and my map kept telling me to go up and around and in there. I kind of walked around with my flashlight some on my phone trying to figure out where it was. I remember when I pulled up, I saw the girl in the window.
Okay, this is what freaked me out, man. This freaked me out because I pictured how dark it is on that road, and like we saw kind of in that footage from the neighbor that she was like walking up and down the road with her flashlight on. And now she's talking about a girl in the window.
Did he told you about up at that top window on the left? I would swear that she was swinging on a hammock or something, but she could have just been on the top of a bed or something. It seemed odd.
So the top left window, did we determine that was a bathroom window? And I wonder how tall the bathroom window is. I don't remember, like, you know, is it a high window? Is it like high off the ground where you'd have to jump to look out it? I mean, that's just effing weird. She said right when she pulled up, she saw the girl in the window. It's creepy.
A hammock or something, but she could have just been on the top of a bed or something. It seemed odd because she was watching me. And usually when you do an order and that's somebody sees you, if that's where it's from, they see you, they come running down to the door, whether it's a no contact order or not. And she jumped right down as soon as she saw me and saw that I saw her.
And then that part is weird too. She jumped down as soon as she saw me and I saw her. And she's going to later say too that she made eye contact at another time with this same girl. So if we think about what was going on at the time at 4 o'clock in the morning, everybody was supposed to be in their beds. Why would Xana be in that bathroom? No, she said the top left window, doozy.
I noticed several times as I was walking around and trying to find the place, she would pop back up in the window and I would see her again.
Okay. Give me 1 second. This is a story.
She said it happened several times. Why would she be in that bathroom? It's just weird. The 3rd floor, that's not where her bedroom was. And supposedly everybody was in their bedrooms at 4 in the morning. That's what's not mashing. Like, why would Xana be up on the 3rd floor if they were all in bed? But Cha-Cha, that's not the window she said. She described the top floor window. Thank you, Kels. I'll pull it up. I'll pull up the picture. Thank you, Nikki.
Back up in the window and I would see her again.
Okay. Give me 1 second. This is a story.
Well, we know that they all were hanging out upstairs, but then is it in wide open or where is it, Kels? I don't get like tags. Kohberger. Oh, here it is. I found it. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to pull up the pic. Okay, so they hung out upstairs, but remember the calls to Jack We're at between 2:30 and like 2:50 or whatever. I wonder if she was hopping up on that sink to look out.
La. You don't hold a count.
Thank you for the sub, Lee. She did say the top left window. We'll keep listening. We'll see. I'm sure he'll get deeper with it.
Okay.
I'll keep this picture up.
Show report.
Thank you.
Those are pretty good. I don't know if you had them. They're pretty
I haven't. So I thought it was weird that she kept jumping in and out of the window. Long brown hair, younger girl. There were parties going on all around. Lots of noise. I mean, they were everywhere. At one point.
Okay, so she says, let's go back. I thought it was weird that she was jumping in and out of the window. And then she said long brown-haired younger girl, which would describe Xana. No, it's not from the back. It's from the front. She delivered the food at the front. So she said when she pulled in, she saw the girl. Oh, you're thinking maybe when she pulled into the back? I don't think so. I don't think that's what she described, but we'll see. But she said it was loud and there was a lot of parties going on. Good evening, Angel. I don't remember hearing that it was loud that night and that there was parties going on. Did you guys?
Lots of noise. I mean, they were everywhere. At one point.
Like, where's all the footage from all these people at these parties that were going on around them? At 4 a.m. The footage that we saw didn't pick up shit but Bryan Kohberger. Listen to that part again.
So I thought it was weird that she kept jumping in and out of the window. Long brown hair, younger girl. There were parties going on all around. Lots of noise. I mean, they were everywhere. At one point, I remember I got in my car and I actually drove up here to see because I thought maybe there was a road that.
No, see, she hadn't gone to the back yet. Okay, but if she was looking for her food, this girl walked around for 15 minutes and Xana never came out looking for her food. Hello, Body. I'm so glad you're here. I gave you a shout out earlier. Thank you for posting the sheath and all the documents. I mean, she doesn't seem confused. She reiterates it several times. Body, what window did you understand that Molly saw the girl, the dark-haired girl in? Well, I don't know. I'm just saying, 15 minutes. Why didn't she send a message and say, I can't find your house? Or did she? She said it was everywhere. Parties going on, lots of noise. Here, we'll play that again. All right, I'm going to be quiet. I'm Miss Chatty Cathy tonight.
So I thought it was weird that she kept jumping in and out of the window. Long brown hair, younger girl. There were parties going on all around. Lots of noise. I mean, they were everywhere. At one point, I remember I got in my car and I actually drove up here to see because I thought maybe there was a road that's why my map kept trying to tell me to go up there. And I parked up there because it didn't go any further. And I stopped. And I parked and I got out and I was walking around with my flashlight. And I was looking through the bushes and I could see the inside courtyard and all the lights and everything was open. And that's where the map was trying to get me to go, but I didn't feel comfortable going in there because there was no path. It just seemed odd to have you walk in that way. It seemed like a back door. There was no apartment numbers on the order or anything. It was just the house number. There were no directions or any kind of clue to tell me to go that way. But I do remember that when I was walking with my flashlight on that road, there's nobody out there and it's dark. And I'm a girl and I've got a flashlight. A car came driving by. It was a sedan. It was tan. And the gentleman that was driving, I remember it because it was odd that he did not look at me. You see a girl out there walking around with a flashlight, you look, you see what's going on, and if they're nothing, just completely zoned and out of it, almost. And that's why I thought it was odd that he just drove by me. There was no stopping or anything.
Thank you, Cal.
And I eventually walked back up to my car, got my car, drove down, and I was like, this has got to be the house, the way the numbers are going. And so I pulled into the drive in there, and that's when I noticed that the light had been blocking the numbers. And so I jumped out of the car and I put the bag by the door because, I guess it is apartments now, it's coming out, but there was nothing to tell me that that was apartments and it needed to be directed at a certain place, so I just left it at the door and snapped a picture, and then I left. And I was there probably, I'd say 15 minutes. It was a while of me walking around trying to find it because I remember being stressed out because of time. Because DoorDash began.
Was there some sort of time limit or something?
You get paid by your delivery, so you only get so much per delivery. They are doing a trial right now where they're actually paying me by the hour because I have really high stars, except for my time is really bad because I always get orders that nobody else wants to do or they've been rejected. And so my stars are like way down there. So I've been actually doing better with the by the hour wage. But still 15 minutes to be looking for one address is a little ridiculous. And so many parties and so many people, and I felt uncomfortable. Then I remember seeing, it's an odd thing, but like underwear and stuff in the street. And I was like,
She saw underwear and stuff in the street and body. That is nuts. How come that was left out? Because the trial, they were going to use that in the trial. The pictures of the sheath are wild. I've got them right here. Miss Body Moving. Isn't it wild? So does this mean, Body, I'm so glad you're here. Does this mean that there was trace DNA also found in these spots that they marked? Or is that just where they swabbed? And is that blood on there? It was swabbed. Okay. What just happened? What'd I do?
Making it happen. I want to say thank you.
Hey, Snaz. Thanks for being here. Thanks for 13 months of membership. Yeah, it is blood spatter, huh? Hold on. I wanted to kind of blow that up. I'm sorry, I took a break from Molly, but oh my God, that's terrifying. So I gotta move this over. So where do we think, based on looking at this body, where do we think this was, that it got such small amounts of the spatter? Right, Autumn, that's what I'm saying. Like, where do we think that this was? In the document, they have the fingernail clippings from Maddie and Kaylee. It's terrible. Why? What's with the clippings? Under the covers and under Maddie's leg. Is this in the documents as well? Under the covers, under Maddie's leg. So, this blood must have gotten on the sheath. This isn't the original. This is just a post from YouTube. I don't have the originals. Are they in the documents? But what I'm saying is this spatter had to have happened as soon as it was like, you know, wherever it was, like in his hand, and then dropped it. Oh, it's just creepy to think about. Yeah, I have that crimes. I have no desire to read through their injuries. It made me sick. I thought about it. I'm like, oh, we have autopsy info. I don't want to read what their injuries were. They're horrific. Absolutely horrific. Here's another close-up here. It looks like underneath this. Yeah, I don't think he must not have had a belt on, huh? Dang it. Why does it keep doing that? It's really eerie. Oh, here, this one. Oh, they have it marked here. But you can clearly see. Now, what are these lines? What are those from? See the lines? Yeah, Angel, I'm with you. Seeing the sheath makes it more real. Yeah, I agree. Ugh, sickening. Here's another one. There's like, you can see like a little indention right there, but here's where they have something. Oh, you did? Thanks, body. And then that's the thing. But, yeah. I'll pull up the originals in a few minutes. Swabbed. Edges only. So those indentions are where the handle is. I wonder if these lines... It is. That's what I thought. Are those lines from the handle? Right. They said the snap only, but then that was pre-trial, right? Maybe this was going to be like part of the smoking gun. Hi, Nikki. Went from being wet to drying. Because remember they said Kaylee had like, they didn't know what kind of weapon was used because it was like, had a certain pattern or something. Oh, I know those knives are huge. Yeah. Okay, I'll pull up the orig. Thank you for sending those over. Let's go back to Molly, and I'll get those downloaded.
What the heck? This is so weird. Yeah. And it had been my third time there that night. Okay. And the girl popping in and out of the window was strange, but never coming down.
Okay, so once you left at the door, then what?
I just got in my car and I left, and I went through campus, and I hit the light as you're coming to Winco, and I got another order to email my phone, so I went back to Pullman to Jack in the Box, and I went there, and he had thrown away my order, so he remade my order, and I got sent to a dorm in Pullman. It was my last delivery to Moscow, actually.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
it was
same
those
lady.
3 months, they were just like bang, bang, bang. That little bit of time, I was there so many times, just back and forth. It was double orders, 2 every time.
Yeah.
One of them I actually delivered to an apartment, and this one here.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah, there's also that is quite the party spot down there. Especially those
Yeah,
buildings right
I
there. Those are
noticed.
super.
Yeah, I was really surprised how much was going on down there. Because there seemed like there was parties here, down here. They were just everywhere. There was so much noise, so much music, and it was so loud.
Yeah, all football games, I think, probably don't.
Yeah, it usually does.
So I'm just gonna kind of go back to something here real quick. First of all, you said you work about 18 hours. Is that normal for you?
When I get going like that, yeah, I will.
Okay.
I'll clock in and clock out. And DoorDash is pretty, I think the reason I like it, I just started doing it recently because I have a hard time with my history. I can clock in and clock out as I want. I don't have to schedule. I don't have to keep to things. Something comes up, I'm not going to lose my job because.
Okay, so what she's saying is, hold on, due to her past, that she does this DoorDash. And sorry if my computer's lagging. I'm trying to download these pictures, so I don't know if it's giving you guys a bad connection or not. I froze up a little bit, so I just want to make sure everything was okay on my
I don't make my
5x5, 8x10.
When I get going and things are going good for the night, I'll just keep going.
Yeah. No, I'm just kind of familiar with how it works, but and I'm just anything else. So, do you make like on a good night, like on this night, do you make what, a couple $100, something like that?
It depends because of gas. Because
Yeah.
you have to pay for your gas.
Of course.
And then you're eating too and munching, and so
Yeah.
honestly, it was a good night and I made good money that night. I could probably look it up and tell you how much I made that night
I'm worried about
altogether.
that.
But when you're talking about gas in my car, my tires were not so great, and I was having issues with my tires. And I guess my front alignment was out, so my Subaru that normally gets 25, 26 miles to a gallon is actually down to 17. So I do not make as much as I usually do,
Gotcha.
which is probably why I was pushing it even longer because, I was trying to make bill money.
I gotcha. Okay.
So,
So how long, you said you just started, how long you been?
I actually hired on with them probably about a year ago,
Okay.
but I actually didn't start dashing. It took me a really long time. Probably 6 months ago before I actually signed on and started doing
Turned actively
it.
doing it.
Yeah, and actually when I came on to do this, I had actually just taken about a month and a half off and not dashed for a little bit.
Okay.
My boyfriend Jimmy, he wanted me to take some time off. I also take care of my special needs brother. I've been taking care of him for about 18
Wow.
years now. He's mild retardation, and
She's taking care of her special needs. Did she say brother? This woman's got a lot on her plate, dude.
my eldest son, he recently left and it was not on good terms.
When was this? Is that what you asked? Is she? This is after the murders. This is 11/23/22, and this is her with Detective Payne.
He kind of left in the middle of the night, and so that's been a battle. And then his dad moved in, and then he passed away in my bathroom. And
Oh my God! So her son left and not on good terms. Her husband passed away in her bathroom. She's taking care of her special needs brother. She sees She's the last one to be at a murder house before a quadruple murder. She's battling substance abuse. I mean, what in the hell? How much can one person withstand?
He kind of left in the middle of the night, and so that's been a battle. And then his dad moved in, and then he passed away in my bathroom. And then my daughter actually, she was 15 at the time. She got really close with one of his friends, and they were taking me to court and deeming me unfit and saying a lot of stuff about me, and I haven't seen her.
Oh my God. And then her daughter is taking her to court to be emancipated or whatever it's called. God, this poor woman.
About 2 years now. So
She ain't seen her daughter in 2 years. Oh man. Jesus. Hey, sunshine. Good to see you.
it's been a lot on me.
Absolutely.
And I've also been taking care of my husband's best friend, who was causing a lot of problems for me, and I was losing my home, and he actually just, I stayed at my boyfriend's house, and he actually sold stuff in my house, and now I have somebody squatting in my house that I'm not even happy with. They've destroyed my house, and I have to go get them out and fix it, and so it's a lot of stuff, and he wanted me to just, he's like, you've been through enough, you've had too much going on, you need to just...
Absolutely.
He's like, I work good, I can make the bills, just stay home and rest.
Yeah.
So I actually just had been working for the last, I think, week or two, not much, coming back on from that.
I think that's a wise choice. I mean, it's just from talking to you, you've been through more than most people should ever have to, for sure. And it sounds like you go kind of above and beyond to take care of other people too, which is...
I try to.
Yeah.
I don't want people to have to go.
I think that he is very kind to her, to be honest. I think he is being extremely kind.
Through stuff that I've gone through.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
It's easier for him.
Yeah. So, kind of going back to when you delivered, can you kind of, I was kind of watching you, but can you kind of just show me your path as best you remember?
I pulled up right here, right by the dumpster there. That's where I initially parked.
Gotcha.
And sitting there looking around and trying to find things. I remember I got out and I walked part way up and looked up here up this pathway, the road there. And my map telling me to go
Hey,
up
down
there.
under.
I have a tendency to end up walking half a mile from my car because my map tells me to. So I didn't want to do that. I was tired. So I ended up turning around, coming back, getting in my car and driving up there and realized that the road didn't go any further, thinking maybe it went around or something to get there. But my map just kept telling me to go in like right into the middle center courtyard. Yeah. And I thought that was just weird. And then walking back down, with my flashlight, which is when I saw the car, and still seeing again, there was no pathway. I was just double checking to make sure that I wasn't getting something wrong.
So, I don't mean to interrupt you, but when you're back here looking around, can you kind of describe to me just what it looks like at that back patio?
It's so
area?
dark, and in between the trees, you could just see like lights and like things were open. I want to say that it was like warm and inviting. It looked nice. It looked, you could go back there, but I did not see a pathway that made it so it was okay for me to walk in the back.
I think she's speaking of the back patio area where they had the party lights. Now, the party lights were on in the back, correct? Or were they off? Were they on or off? I just said off. That was weird. Were they on or off? Because she was looking for a way to get back down there. She thought maybe it was like apartments, but there was no apartment number. You think they were on? I think they were too. Because I think they were on in those photos they took the next day. Who said she opened the door and saw food on the counter? This girl doesn't say that. She dropped the food at the front door. but she's looking for a pathway, right? Because she's trying to figure out what door to go to. She's got her flashlight on. She's walking down that like dark alleyway next to the house. And that's when she sees this tan SUV. And I'm wondering if the guy didn't look at her because he was like trying not to hit her. You know what I mean? What do you make of that, Body? Of the guy not looking over at her, like just driving past her, like looking straight ahead. I think like if I had someone that close on the side of the road, I don't think I'd be looking sideways at them. I'd be looking forward and like not wanting to hit them. I don't know.
Back of somebody's yard, so I didn't.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. So then you started walking back down, right?
Walking back down, and then I realized that, yeah, I didn't miss something. I did not see a path. I was checking again. And so I drove back down again because I walked back up to get my car. And I drove back down, and I ended up pulling up into the drive thinking maybe I could go around that way.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I actually parked my car right kitty corner here because I saw the light finally. I could tell that the light was hiding the numbers on the house. Right. And that's when I realized that that was the correct house, and my map wasn't off. And that would be when I jumped out and I put the bag right there by the door and took the picture. And then I left because it was a no contact delivery.
Oh, what? Okay.
Yes, which means that I just take a picture, I send it, and I go. Yeah. I don't wait for anybody, I don't look for anybody.
So,
which I think is crazy.
Yeah. So when you're back up here, I'm just kind of walking, make sure I fully understand.
Yes.
So you're walking back to your car here, and this is when you see the car that you mentioned?
When I saw the car after I had already parked up here, and I was walking down.
Walking down,
yeah.
Okay.
And he was driving down. We were right around here when he went.
Okay. So you come around, so then you go drop everything off. Did you see the car again after that?
It did not.
Did not? Okay.
It left.
Okay.
It's just, the only reason, like I said, I remembered it was because it was odd that he didn't look at me or wonder what the heck I was doing.
Yeah.
And he was very just, you know.
Looking straight ahead.
Yeah, and there was nothing. And so that seemed odd to me.
Okay.
Especially to be a girl in the dark. There's not a lot of light on that road
No,
at
it's
all.
dark. Yeah.
And to be walking around with a flashlight and looking around and poking around somebody's yard, you would think most people stop and they're like, are you okay? Is everything all right?
I don't think that it's weird that the guy didn't stop because there's college kids walking home from parties all the time. I don't think that's necessarily weird that this guy didn't stop. She just supposedly missed Kohberger, right? Yeah, I think it would have been weird if he did stop because there's kids walking home all around there. And it makes sense you'd have a light on because it's super dark. And why would he stare her down? You know what I mean? He probably didn't want to be creepy and stare down.
Especially early morning.
Exactly. It just seemed odd to me.
So when and I've been up there quite a bit, but the road's fairly narrow.
Yes.
Were you pretty close to this car?
Yes. I mean, it drove right by me.
How close do you think it was?
Not very far. I mean, I'm walking on the road. I didn't walk in the grass or anything. And so there's not a lot of space, as you said. And then there's cars parked right there, too. Right. So, I mean, he was right there.
Okay.
So she just said there's not a lot of space. There was cars parked around there. I mean, he's got to make sure he's not hitting a car or hitting her.
Did you notice anything about the car? Any sound or anything out of the ordinary?
No, and I've been racking my brain, too.
No,
it seems so...
No, Crimson, this isn't Kohberger. She saw a guy in a tan sedan. This is the tan sedan.
Odd for him to be there. He didn't seem out of place. He actually seemed very in place. Just his demeanor and everything, he just did not look at all, not even to turn his head.
When you say you look like he in place, what do you mean by that?
He didn't look disheveled or like at 4 o'clock in the morning trying to get ready for work and you're half asleep or something like that, or running or late, or it just, he seemed like very put together and just,
Could you describe that person for me?
I would say blonde hair. He was male. I would say it's hard because he's sitting down. So, but blonde. I would say maybe a light because of maybe a beard, kind of like a short.
Okay.
I keep trying to rack my brain if there was glasses or not, and I can't remember if he had glasses on or not.
Was he white?
White, yes.
White?
Yes, sorry, he was white.
Okay.
And blonde. Very light blonde. Not the dark blonde where it could always be brown, but very light blonde. Short hair, clean cut.
Did they identify this guy in the documents? I know that there was a guy that went to work that morning, but did we find out that that was the guy? I know, sin, Jesus. Did we find out if that's the guy that she saw, though? Like, does that match up?
Anything about clothes or anything like that?
Light clothes, but not anything that would stand out. I would almost say he had the light on in the car, now that I think about it, because to see him that well on that street, he would have to have the light on in the car, the dome light.
Yeah.
Because I saw him very clearly, which seems odd for him to have the dome light on. Because I didn't flash the flashlight on him or anything, it just, I turned around and I looked, because the car didn't want to get hit by a car.
Yeah.
And I assumed he would look at me and wonder what I was doing, like most people do.
Yeah. So when you're out and about, and you told me you've been up there twice before that night, is it common to see cars driving through there? I mean, did you see traffic when you were up there earlier? Do you see people about kind of, can you just describe some of the general vibe of the place?
Anybody really, both deliveries, I had...
Hold on a second. Hey, Noelle. But listen, what I was just thinking is a tan car. Could that be from, are there lights around there that are orange? Because in her statement, she did say that she parked by Bryan Kohberger's car. I remember that. And in the body cam footage, she also said, I saw Bryan. Unless she thought this guy was Bryan. Because it says here, hold on, this is Court TV. Let me open this up really quick.
The man accused of killing 4 Idaho college students is set to face a jury. This is...
Hang on, let me find the part.
Ethan and Xana were at the Sigma Chi house before arriving home. The 2 surviving room.
Okay, let me pull it up over here so you guys can see.
The man accused of killing 4 Idaho college students is set to face a jury. This is going to take place in just a few weeks.
1:56 a.m. after visiting a local bar and street food vendor. Ethan and Xana were at the Sigma Chi house before arriving home. The 2 surviving roommates had also been in the community but returned around 1 a.m.
By 3:30 a.m., everyone is back at home, and a white sedan prosecutors say was driven by the defendant is caught by a neighbor's surveillance camera drive. Prosecutors say by 3:30 a.m.
Okay, so what she meant, I see what she means by the light. See how that light, and you can't really see the numbers, but there is an orange light over here. I think maybe by the dumpster. Right, but if you have a white car and you have it under this weird orangey light, I don't know. But yeah, that's what she meant by the light obstructed the numbers. So this is where she was parked. She parked back here, walked down here, right? And then walked all the way in front of the house, walked down by the neighbor, and then came back, got her car, parked here, dropped the food. They're going to show the surveillance. Let's keep watching.
Everyone is back at home, and a white sedan prosecutors say was driven by the defendant is caught by a neighbor's surveillance camera driving by. 3 minutes later, the same car drives past the house heading out of the neighborhood. Then at 3:38 a.m., the driver does a second drive-by. At 3:56 a.m., the car passes by the house for a third time, in and out of the neighborhood.
These were just girls that went
3:56, and she's there at 4. I mean, wow.
to sleep that night, and he was stalking them. He was hunting them.
At 4 a.m., a DoorDash driver drops off food that Xana Kernodle ordered. At 4:04 a.m., the suspect drives up the street toward the house again. Dylan told investigators it was around that time when something woke her up. It sounded like Kaylee playing with her dog upstairs. Xana's phone records show she is awake and on TikTok at 4:12 a.m. A surveillance camera picks up audio of a thud, voices, and a dog barking at 4:17 a.m. Dylan hears one of the girls say, "There's someone here." She also hears crying and a man say, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." Sometime between 4 o'clock and 4:20 a.m., she opens her door a few times, and at one point sees a man with bushy eyebrows walking past her room and towards the back sliding door.
She described this person.
Wow. The times are so close. You know what I mean?
Driver drops off food that Xana Kernodle ordered. At 4:04 a.m., the suspect drives up the street toward the house again. Dylan told investigators it was around that time.
Her conversation was captured on body camera video. Let's take a listen to that.
And then now I have to testify. Take part in the case here, so yeah, because I'm a DoorDash driver, so yeah.
You have to testify in which murder?
Murder case for the college girl.
Oh.
All right, let's bring in our guest this hour.
I thought she said before that in the full body cam, I saw Bryan. They didn't just play that, though.
To discuss trial attorneys Cannon Kearney and Mackenzie Joy Brennan. And Mackenzie.
All right, back to Molly.
To drive up, and I came up and around in the middle. They were both in the middle. The first delivery, actually, I drove up in the middle, and it was and that was the huge order, because he was texting me the entire way. ETA, ETA, ETA. I'm trying to drive, dude. I'll give you my ETA when I get there.
You're all right.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there. I'm coming all the way from home, and people they're very impatient sometimes.
Oh, of course, yes.
I can't remember anybody really walking around. He actually ended up coming out and walking to me because the order.
Okay, we need to go back because now she's talking about that's about the first delivery. The guy was like, ETA, ETA. Because remember, she got to the restaurant, they had thrown away the food, they had to remake it, and she said it was a big order. And this guy was like, ETA, wanting to know where his food was. But she hasn't made any mention that, you know, she messaged Xana to say, like, you know, where's your house, or how do I find your house? And Christina, I agree with that. Angel, it could be. It could be.
You know, when you're out and about, and you told me you've been up there twice before that night. Is it common to see cars driving through there? I mean, did you see traffic when you're up there earlier? Do you see people about kind of? Can you just describe the general vibe of the place?
Anybody really? Both deliveries, I had to drive up, and I came up and around in the middle. They were both in the middle. The first delivery, actually, I drove up in the middle, and it was and that was the huge order, because he was texting me the entire way. ETA, 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 ETA. I'm trying to drive, dude. I'll give you my ETA when I get there.
You're all right.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there. I'm coming all the way from home, and people they're very impatient sometimes.
Oh, of course, yes.
I can't remember anybody really walking around. He actually ended up coming out and walking to me because the order. The other order, once again, I actually parked down here this time, and I parked down closer to the corner because I wasn't sure where the apartment number was, and I ended up walking all the way around checking on the apartment, and ended up having to go upstairs, downstairs, all over the place, honestly.
Christ. And she's walking all around this area. Meanwhile, there's like this predator who is about to start circling that area like a shark. Actually, he already was. He had already been circling the area like a shark. The shark was ready to come back and attack. He had already made his rounds driving around there, and she's delivering food in between it all. So my question would be, she had 2 orders prior to Xana's. Did she take the 2 orders and have to go back to Pullman? Or did she have 3 orders and was Xana's the 3rd? Do you know what I'm saying? Because if she had been there a few times in the evening, Bryan Kohberger drove around there more than fucking once. So if she had 3 in that, you get what I'm saying? Like, he had been driving around from 3 whatever. Did they pass each other prior to that? I need to hear that again. Hold on. Because he said you had been in the area a few times that night. Oh, there's Kelly Barrison, troublemaker. Hold on. I want to hear that again.
I'm trying to get there. I'm coming all the way from Pullman, and people they're very impatient sometimes.
Oh, of course, yes.
I can't remember anybody really walking around. He actually ended up coming out and walking to me because the order. The other order, once again, I actually parked down here this time, and I parked down closer to the corner because I wasn't sure where the apartment number was, and I ended up walking all the way around checking on the apartment. And ended up having to go upstairs, downstairs, all over the place, honestly, to find it. And it was in the center towards the end here. But it was upstairs. And I saw 2 people, it was a couple, they walked up that way, and they were coming into an apartment when I was dropping off the order. They were college kids, and they were just coming home, nothing, they were loud, they were having a good time, and just had come home from the evening. Yeah. Lots of partying here and noise and everything all around. It was really hard to tell, but as far as around here, it's so dark.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it is dark.
It's so dark. And I don't like those apartments. It's the first time I've ever delivered to those apartments this night, but my boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend, had told me that those were not good apartments in the past when we were younger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said that they actually considered those the white Harlem of Moscow. You know, they call the white apartments down by Lena Whitmore white Harlem, but these are the real white Harlem apartments.
Right, but why don't we have a timeline of all of her dashes? From like, what I want to see is all of her dash times in that area from 2 o'clock on. She's never been there, but she's saying how bad it is in those apartments. Okay.
Gotcha. So when I pulled up to it, I was like, really, this is where I am? Because I've lived here my whole life, but still, I'll end up in a few places in Moscow where I'm like, what the heck, where am I? Yeah.
So do you think perhaps you're, I just asked this just.
Yeah, that would for sure be in the DoorDash app.
To clarify, but you think maybe that
she's talking about the brick apartments next door right now, is she?
The fact that this gentleman in the car was, seemed out of place. Could it have been the environment that was like kind of a weird, darker environment, or what struck you about?
Just the fact that he didn't pay attention to me at all.
Yeah,
and that seemed just odd.
So it wasn't the fact that it was because you're probably used to being. Are you used to being out in the dark by yourself?
I am a lot. That's actually why I have. I told my boyfriend when we first started getting together, I was like, I want to make it so you can follow my GPS on my phone. And he felt really uncomfortable, and it took me weeks to get him talked into it. I was like, look, with my history, with everything, I know DoorDash knows where I am. I know they track me, but I think it would be smart if you could track me on your phone, just because a lot of times he's on the phone with me and he's talking to me, especially if I'm somewhere where I feel extremely uncomfortable. I'll call him and I'll have him on the phone and have him on speakerphone. The customers don't even have a clue about it, but I'll have him on there, and he's got me earpieces and stuff, so I can keep him that way, just to make me feel a little bit safer, because I tend to not feel so safe.
Did you call him that night at all? Was there any time you called him?
We actually were fighting that night. He wanted me to bring home groceries and pop and stuff. And
man. And she usually has him tracking her and on the phone. And here she is in this dark alley. And the more that I'm hearing this, I think she saw freaking Kohberger. She describes him as pretty intense looking. That sounds just like a description of Kohberger. Would that orange light make the hair look blonde? If he had a bunch of gel in his hair, I don't know.
He has recently just been having a hard time, and so he wanted to know why I hadn't gotten popped yet, and I hadn't gotten around to it yet. I had been so busy, and the orders, there were so many of them, and so he was not on the phone with me at that one, but he was on the phone with me when I delivered the first one.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Kind of the next thing I was just curious about is, so when you're looking at the building that you eventually deliver the food to, so you have the main story where the door is, where the light is, okay? Where from that front door did you see the girl that kept looking at you?
She was up at the top, the very top left-hand window.
Okay.
And she just kept jumping up and down and up and down.
So the very top. Not the middle one, but the very one.
The very top.
Okay, top left. Okay, gotcha. And you said when she was jumping up and down, can you kind of describe that to me a little bit?
By jumping up and down, I mean every time she noticed that I saw her, she'd disappear from the window.
Okay.
She'd jump down.
I see.
And then as soon as I would turn back around or I'd come back by the window again, she'd be up there looking at me again, and I thought I was losing my mind, because I thought maybe she was in a hammock or something, swinging up there. I don't know if it was in a bed or, you're on campus. You just don't know.
You never do know.
It seemed odd to me because she wasn't coming down for the order. That's what made me think that I have the wrong house as well. Because most of the time they come, if they see you, they come down there to help you out with the food.
Yeah, and I think that's odd as well. Okay, so this is the window that she's describing right here. And she's describing as jumping up and down. She said she thought she might be on a hammock and maybe on a bed. I know. Me too, Autumn. And God knows what kind of getup he could have worn. You know what I mean? I just don't know why she'd be in that bathroom looking for her order, unless this girl is mistaken and it was a different window. That's the only other thing I can think of, is that it was honestly the second floor, like Body said. Let's take a look at this again.
Brennan and
I don't really understand why she would be in that bathroom. Let's look at the front of the house in this picture. Okay. So she's saying top left. I'm picturing this one up here. But would it be this one? The living room? You think she meant trampoline, not hammock? But why would she keep popping up in that window? Okay, but I get what you guys are saying about her being, it being dark, hectic. She's traumatized, but she remembers all the details. She remembers the couple coming home. They were loud. They looked like they were having a nice night. She remembers all the texts she got. She remembers the guy walking out to meet her for the food. She remembers the guy in the sedan. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know how she would have seen someone jumping up and down way up there in that little window. But her recollections are so, like, seem so clear to her. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
And it had already been, I don't know how long since, it was a very busy night. I was running nonstop the entire shift. Every time I had to clock out was to just get a breather and get some gas.
Yeah.
And then clock back on because it was wanting me back on and back running around. I remember Jack in the Box even put a table out for us because they had so many orders they couldn't keep up with what we were doing. Yeah.
How late do they stay open?
Jack in the Box, they are supposed to be 24 hours, but they actually close down about 4 or 5 sometimes to reboot their system. But they're the only place around here that's open all night.
I was gonna say I don't remember because I rarely go to Pullman, but it's like I know all the places here in Moscow changed their hours a couple years back, and
everything else closes at midnight. They say 1 or 2 on their websites and stuff, but they actually don't stay.
They get you.
And Taco Bell and Pullman will stay open past midnight, but their dining room is not, only their drive-thru.
Right, just the drive-thru.
And so they shut down their DoorDash too, but they don't shut down the orders online. So we get orders a lot and get stuck in the drive-thru to get the orders canceled. It really sucks. And so we spend a lot of time fighting with them.
Of course.
I don't like the Taco Bell and Pullman. They make me mad. I sat there for an hour and 15 minutes before with an order and then telling me.
Okay, we're at 26:15. This is where she talks about the window. 2 times. Remember that timestamp for me. Okay, so here's one point. Listen.
So bright, I'm looking up and at the windows. As I'm looking at the windows, I see movement in the top left hand, and there's a girl up there with her hair just hanging down. It's not put up in a ponytail, it's kind of snarly, it's not done up. It's almost like pajamas or just end of the day wear, just kind of hanging out in the window.
Did you hear it? And then here is the other time she says it.
She just kept jumping up and down and up and down.
So the very, very top. Not the middle one, but the very one.
The very top.
Okay, top left.
See? What the fuck was going on? And her hair was scraggly. She's saying the very, very top. He should have showed her a picture. Why he didn't show her a picture and say, show me what window the girl was in. Yeah, I don't know.
Where from that front door did you see the girl that kept looking at you?
She was up at the top, the very top left-hand window.
Okay.
And she just kept jumping up and down and up and down.
So the very, very,
very
top. Not the middle one, but the very one.
The very top.
Okay, top left. Okay, gotcha. And you said when she was jumping up and down, can you kind of describe that to me a little bit?
By jumping up and down, I mean like every time she noticed that I saw her, she'd disappear from the window.
Okay.
She'd jump down.
I see.
And then as soon as like I would turn back around or I'd come back by the window again, she'd be up there looking at me again. And I thought I was losing my mind because I thought maybe she was in a hammock or something swinging up there. I don't know if it was in a bed or, you're on campus. You just don't know.
You never do know. Yeah.
It seemed odd to me because she wasn't coming down for the order. That's what made me think that I had the wrong house as well.
Yeah.
Because most of the time they come, if they see you, they come down there to help you out. Food.
Isn't that freaking weird? It makes sense, Spamster. Please make it make sense to me.
left-hand window.
Okay.
And she just kept jumping up and down and up and down.
So the very.
What timestamp did we leave off on? Do you guys remember? Oh, yeah. Christina, look, I just showed them. There's the third floor window right up here. And he actually specifies it, right?
She jumped down.
No, this girl never went to the back. She never went to the back door. This is the front of the house. This is where the address numbers are. This is the third floor window. She never went in the back because she didn't feel comfortable. But I'm pulling up footage from the road so you can see the window. Just give me a second.
And as soon as I would turn back around or I'd come back by the window again, she'd be up there looking at me again. And I thought I was losing my mind because I thought maybe she was in a hammock or something swinging up there. I don't know if it was in a bed or, you're on campus. You just don't know.
You never do know. Yeah.
It seemed odd to me because she wasn't coming down for the order. That's what made me think that I have the wrong house as well.
Yeah.
Because most of the time they come, if they see you, they come down there to help you out. They want the food. And it had already been, I don't know how long since, it was a very busy night. I was running nonstop the entire shift. Every time I had to clock out was to just get a breather and get some gas. And then clock back on because it was winding back on and back running around. I remember Jack in the Box even put a table out for us because they had so many orders they couldn't even keep up with what we were doing. Yeah.
How late do they stay open?
Jack in the Box, they are supposed to be 24 hours, but they actually close.
Okay, I've got Anjanette Levy out in front of the house right here. 4:58. All right, here we go.
That happens when a high-profile case happens and people are...
There's the third floor window from the road. You certainly can see it. You certainly can see it.
hanging around, but here you go. Here is the King Roadhouse now. The windows are boarded up, as you can see. I mean, you can't get a peek inside there. I mean, who would want to anyway? But you can see too, there's like a little guard shack here. This blue.
No, she was on foot. She walked up and down this road because remember, she got picked up on the next door neighbor's camera. She parked up back and then she walked down with her flashlight. She walked down, she walked past the neighbor's house and walked back.
Hell's Canyon security. Somebody is guarding this 24. Hell's.
See, there's the 3 windows. I don't know. What do you guys think? At night, would it be... Oh, yeah, she was on foot. But she was walking in the road. She was like where Anjanette is. That's why I pulled this one up.
Canyon security. Somebody is guarding this 24 hours a day. When I was last here, it was obviously, it was usually like a security company's vehicle was parked here with security people. I want to show you some of what I'm finding over here. There's kind of like a memorial of sorts right here.
I want to show you guys. She's going to walk around the back too.
To show you one of the things that really kind of want to walk up around the back to show you.
So there you go. There's all the windows of the house. I don't know of any better view than this angle. You know what I mean? This is what she would have seen. I'm not sure. It's a tough call. I know Moon and Stars, but she's pretty good on her recollections of everybody else she saw, is why I'm really taking into consideration her recollection of this. She says it several times. I just wish he would have given her a picture and said, hey, which window was it? Like, but like, why would she be jumping up and down, you know?
One of the things that really struck me when I was here the first time, and I don't know if I posted this video, but here, I took a video.
Hold on.
In the house where the road address for what?
These are the apartments that she delivered to. Right here. And then she's going to walk up this alley. Let's go up here with her.
So here's the driveway. One of the things that really struck me when I was here the first time, and I don't know if I posted this video, but here I took a video of the back of the house when I first came here in December. It was early December. So here's King Road, right? You can drive right up King Road, and then here is the driveway.
And this is where she's had the encounter with this man in the sedan.
This driveway is not for the King Road house. This driveway goes up to the parking lot for the apartment complex next door, 500 Queen Road.
But you have to remember, too, that Bryan Kohberger was also circling at this same time. So Xana could have seen Kohberger's car. No, Linda Lane is down the road.
And one thing that really struck me, and it's something I kind of think is probable, based on how these events they believe unfolded. So here's the parking lot. And you may have seen this other places, but I'll just show you. This is what struck me. Keep in mind, when I was here in January and December, it was wintertime, right? No leaves on some of the trees. So a lot of this was not here, like this bushy thing. You know, it was not. I could probably get the video and show it to you. But the thing that struck me was that window right there, that was Maddie's bedroom, the one closest to the driveway. So when I was here in January and November, I thought to myself, gosh, anybody could drive up here if they wanted to. And keep in mind, that tree, this was a little different in November and January. This was a little different in.
Yeah, so this is where she walked down, and then she walked down this road and went down. You can't see Kaylee's room from here. You can see Maddie's.
This was a little different in November and January. It's spring now. It's 6 months later. December and January. You could get a bird's eye view into Maddie's room. Okay? So as you can see right here, this is video of Maddie Mogen's bedroom window. You can see her pink cowboy boots there, and you can see the letter M. The snow is blocking it a little bit, but it's almost like M marks the spot. And from like this happened.
You don't hold
so it seems much.
I wanted to see more of the parking lot.
Send your kids off to college and something like this happens. I mean, it's so sad to me too. The trash down there, you know, their trash is still down there.
She also said she found underwear in the road, y'all. Molly. She said she found underwear in the road. Remember the undie girl in the cup holder? Hey, Buffalo. Like, why would I like Anjanette Levy too? But why would there be freaking underwear there?
Goes down about 4 or 5 sometimes to repeat their system. But they're the only place around here that's open all night.
I was gonna say I don't remember because I rarely go to Pullman, but It's like, I know that the places here in Moscow changed their hours a couple years back, and
everything else closes at midnight. They stay 1 or 2 on their websites and stuff, but they actually don't stay.
they get you.
And Taco Bell and Pullman will stay open past midnight, but their dining room is not, only their drive-thru.
Right, just the drive-through.
And so they shut down their DoorDash too, but they don't shut down the orders online. So we get orders a lot and get stuck in the drive-thru to get the orders canceled. It really sucks. And so we spend a lot of time fighting with them.
Of course.
I don't like the Taco Bell and Pullman. They make me mad.
Yeah.
I sat there for an hour and 15 minutes before with an order, and then telling me that they had the order and they were working on it, checked every 15 minutes, and then an hour and 15 minutes later, like, oh, we never got it. I'm like, I sat here for an hour and 15 minutes to get paid $2.
Yeah, especially when it's, your thing is turning and burning, that's what makes your money.
So when something like that happens, you only get half the order.
Mm-hmm.
So I got $2 to stand there for an hour and 15 minutes. I was not happy.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't
They tried to make me leave before because of him. I was like, really? He's like, your mascot.
Yeah, seriously, he's about the chillest dog I may have ever met.
I'm like, you can't actually make him leave, but okay.
That's fair.
Yeah. And he's not a service dog. Well, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
And then they feel like an ass, but they're always slow. Their orders are slow, and people who order from, they don't tend to tip very well, to be honest. The college kids from Taco Bell. It's usually like $1, even though you order held.
He's about to lead her back to the girl in the window. He's curious about the girl in the window because he keeps leading her back to it. He's about to right now.
Right, yeah. So the girl, I'm just going to kind of revisit this. The girl in the window, can you kind of describe her? You said she had
long brown hair.
Long brown hair, okay.
I want to say, after looking at the pictures, I'm sorry, I don't watch the news, so I didn't know. I started looking, I think it was one of the brunette, the sisters.
Okay.
If I had to guess, but I was so far away, I couldn't. The college kids, they're all.
See, she made a mistake there. The sisters, the brunette, the sisters.
No. I started looking, I think it was one of the brunette, the sisters.
Okay.
If I had to guess, but I was so far away, I couldn't. The college kids, they're all, so many of them, and I see so many faces. I've been trying to rack my brain too about the name that was on the order, and I can't remember the name on the bag, and it's been driving me nuts. I'm sure that there's a record of it through DoorDash. I wish they let us keep some of that stuff, but we don't get to keep the pictures that we take, or the orders, or any record of any of it.
It just goes to them.
Okay. It all goes through the app. Occasionally it'll screw up, and I'll get a phone call or a text message that'll go through my phone instead of through DoorDash app, but I looked and it didn't.
Okay. Did you didn't get any messages from whoever ordered this that night?
No.
Okay, gotcha. Probably would help you find it.
Yeah. And again, the girl, I thought that's what she was doing, and I thought that's why she kept jumping down out of the window once I saw her, because,
Yeah.
You're running around with a Jack-in-the-Box bag. I mean, it wasn't a big bag either, it was a small order.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, it just was it one bag, two bags?
Just one bag.
One bag.
One small bag. I would say maybe a value meal at that.
Okay.
They don't let us open them.
Yeah, makes sense, yeah.
They usually have the order written out on the screen if you look at it, to see if they need straws or stuff like that. But honestly, I can't remember anything in particular about the order.
Gotcha.
I was running back and forth so many times. I actually had a friend that was sitting at Jack-in-the-Box parking lot waiting for me for the last 3 times of running back and forth from these orders, because he was waiting for me to kick back with him and eat a hamburger.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Wait a minute. She had a friend waiting for her at Jack in the Box the last 3 orders. He was waiting for her to kick back with him and eat a hamburger. You believe that? 4 o'clock in the morning, her friend wants to go kick back and eat a hamburger? Who's your friend? The fuck?
In particular about the order.
Gotcha.
I was running back and forth so many times. I actually had a friend that was sitting at Jack in the Box parking lot waiting for me for the last like 3 times of running back and forth from these orders because he was waiting for me to kick back with him and eat a hamburger like I do. And I never got to. Yeah. He actually left when I was at that order.
Yeah.
He actually left when I was at that order. Drugs, you think? Ha, moon and stars. That's pretty wild, though. Like, who was it? Who's your friend? I mean, I'm assuming, you know, it could be drugs, but allegedly she's clean.
Okay. Okay. Well, Alex, do you have anything else you'd like to?
Right. And she just said 3 trips. That's what I'm saying. What time were the other trips, girl? I want to see the whole DoorDash record. Hanging around for money? I don't know, man. But my point is, if she was running around doing 3 orders in that neighborhood, Kohberger had been driving around. You know what I mean? What time were the other trips? Right. That's what I'm saying, Autumn. Exactly. Bing bong.
Need straws or stuff like that, but honestly I can't remember anything in particular about the order.
Gotcha.
I was running back and forth so many times. I actually had a friend that was sitting at Jack in the Box parking lot waiting for me for the last like 3 times of running back and forth from these orders because he was waiting for me to kick back with him and eat a hamburger like I do. And I never got to. Yeah. He actually left when I was at that order.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, Alex, do you have anything else you'd like to?
Yeah, that was fantastic. First of all,
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, your memory of just that bit was fantastic. We have a couple techniques that might help you to remember a little bit more, just to kind of maybe ask questions in a little bit of a different way, that might help jog some of that if you're up for that.
Of course.
That might help. It might do more if you're willing to do that. Before we even go there, I just had a couple other questions that maybe before we dig a little bit, in a different manner. I think you had said that when you saw the man in the car, he didn't look out of place. Was that right? Am I remembering that right?
He looked out of place because he didn't look at me.
Okay.
That's what was out of place. The fact that he did not make any kind of gesture towards the fact that I was there. That's why I remember him.
Okay.
There was nothing that made him look disheveled or out of like running in a hurry or like he was late or.
Okay. It sounds like when you're driving around on campus, there's lots of college people and lots of that stuff around. Did he look to fit in kind of with the people that older
to me? Okay. But in those apartments, I didn't know that those were campus apartments either, or those are what kind of housing they are. So I wasn't sure as far as, but he did look older than like the average college kid, yes.
Okay, so when you say older, what does that mean to you?
Age is so hard. I would probably say late 20s, 30s, somewhere around there, Okay. Probably I would think out of college.
Okay. You said you remember that the car was tan?
Yes,
if I remember?
in a sedan.
Okay, in a sedan. So what does that mean to you, a sedan?
4-door.
4-door, okay.
Sedan. Tan. We got the orange light. I don't know what it might look tannish under an orange light. A white car. Well, we know hidden true crime is unethical. I mean, that's already been proven, right?
My family car with the dome light on.
Okay.
Oh, wait, what?
Do you recall what the
dome light on?
Okay.
The dome light was on. Yeah, a 4-door sedan, she said. And she's saying the dome light was on.
A 4-door.
4-door, okay.
My family car with the dome light on.
Okay.
Right, exactly, Crimes.
Do you recall what the interior of the car looked like?
It was light.
Light color?
Light interior.
Okay. anything else that you saw in the car? Was there?
No, I didn't really look. I just saw him and the fact that he didn't look at me, and I was like, okay. And I kept looking for the apartment and the number because I was trying to get the food. It keeps getting cold.
Yeah.
So you're like, I don't want to get a bad start, a bad mark for delivering cold food. I was trying to make sure it was warm.
That's how you get the stars, right?
Yeah. Actually, I get stars for bringing extra sauces.
Interesting.
I don't love stars for that.
Yep.
I have bags and bags of extra sauce from every restaurant, and that's how I get the stars.
Jack in the Box order and you throw in some Arby's sauce floating on it. So.
I've done that a couple times when Taco Bell's been out of their hot sauce because they have like 8 different hot sauces. So I have huge bags and Ziploc bags and tapes and stickers and all sorts of stuff to like try and get it to hook. And yeah, there's so much stuff in the backseat of my car. It looks so disheveled. It's awful.
It's worth it for the stars.
Yeah.
Do you remember? So obviously, the interaction with that tan sedan stood out to you for a reason. But do you remember seeing any other vehicles? Anything else driving? Or
it was so everything was calming down at that point. There was still a lot of activity up here at these apartments in this house. It seemed like, and down here at the back, you could hear noise, but around here it seemed like everything was calm and quiet and dark and shut down.
Okay.
For the most part.
You mentioned too, and please forgive me if you showed Brett this on the map, but you talked about 2 people who you saw walking into an apartment?
Yes, that was.
Can you just show Brett, since I'm back here, kind of where they were walking from, where they were walking to?
They just walked up and into the center here where you could get into the center of buildings. I was actually.
See, she remembers a lot of details. She's even pointing out where these people were. That's why I don't think she's misremembering a lot. I just don't. I think her memories are fragmented. This is a week after the murders, but she's recalling a lot of specific details, in my opinion, anyways.
Actually on the second level in here, and they had come up the stairs and walked by and went behind me. So I'm not sure what apartment they went to.
Okay. And some of the reason we're asking all these questions, obviously, is just like you were there around at the same time. What did you see? What did you hear? And we're trying to track down as many witnesses as we can so that we can ask them the same questions and try and figure out where we're at. So what I'd like to do, if you're amenable, I may swap places with Brett there for a minute so I'm not yelling from the back of the room. And again, I'm amazed at all the detail that you remember just from.
It was an odd delivery, I know. And I remember getting home and saying it was not delivered to me. And
what made it odd?
It's just the girl in the window, and then the gentleman, and then just the last order of the night. It stood out, and then the map wanting me to go to the center.
Okay.
Go to that center courtyard in there. That seemed odd to me.
Okay, and just again, because I was sitting back there, when you say the center courtyard.
The center courtyard that's over here, back there. I couldn't really see. There's so many bushes and it's so dark, but there was definitely light.
They're very, very interested in this man she saw. Let me tell you that. They are extremely interested in this man. She just said it was a sedan and they just confirmed it. This is law enforcement right here. They may have put that in a document. I don't know, did they? But they just said it. And then they reiterated it after she said it. That's wild.
Like glowing through, and you could see kind of stuffed animals and stuff. And just inviting. There was over here, back there. I couldn't really see. There's so many bushes and it's so dark, but there was definitely light glowing through, and you could see kind of stuffed animals and stuff. And just inviting, but
you could see stuffed animals and stuff. So that was when she was in the back. That would have been probably Maddie's room.
Wasn't going to walk back there. That seemed like no.
Probably a smart choice.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'd like to do is, what I'm going to try and ask you to do is have you kind of think back to being there, to being, let's do from the time that you are coming down, this is Taylor, so like you're pulling into the neighborhood, okay? So what I'm going to ask you to do is close your eyes, think back, try and put yourself back to that to that time, to that place, and we're going to talk through what you saw, what you heard, if there was any smells that you recall, and just try and be there and actually see those things, okay? I would like you, to the extent you are able, to give me every detail you can imagine, okay? We're not in a hurry, we're not in a rush, we can do this as long as we're able to. We hope that the more we're able to go slow and kind of almost be there and look around. I know the time I was there is an important time.
Calks, where have you been, my Calks? It's so good to see you. Late night pop-up stream. It's good to see you, buddy. Kaylee and Maddie's windows were in the back. The windows from the front were Xana's. Okay, so the front windows, the very third floor is Xana's. And the bath, or I'm sorry. Kaylee's and in Maddie's bathroom. The second floor is living room and Xana's room. That's in the middle. And then on the bottom is Bethany and then that empty room. Those are the windows. We showed them, right? Look at Shane's been a member for 15 months. Thank you, Shane. Thank you for keeping your membership up. I appreciate you a lot.
Just if what other things may come to mind, okay? And I'm gonna do it first. I'm gonna just tell you about getting into my car at home, just to give you an idea of.
Thank you so much, Culks, for gifting a membership. Cracker Jacks, got it. Welcome. Thank you so much.
How much detail?
Now send me some pink berry.
That I hope we can remember, just to give you a sense of kind of how much. Once you start, I'll do it first, and then I'll ask you to do it. Once you start, I'm not going to interrupt you, okay? I'm not going to ask you any questions at all. I just want you to remember as much as you can. We'll go from the time you pulled on to King Road from Taylor, all through you said it's about 15 minutes, right? So all through that 15 minutes until you're pulling back out, okay? And this may take that whole 15 minutes, okay? That's fine. It may take longer if you are able to kind of really visualize what you saw while you were there, okay? One of the easiest ways we find to do it is to talk about it as if you're there, right? I see this, I'm hearing this, that kind of thing, okay? We'll do that first, and then we may do this again a couple different ways. Just again, every time we go through it, sometimes new memories will pop up, new things will kind of be jogged by other things, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go first, just to give you a sense. I'm gonna tell you about getting into my truck at my house, okay? So I'll start from the time I leave my house till the time I get into the truck, okay? So I'm gonna take a minute, kind of visualize it, picture it. Okay, so I open the door from the inside. There's a silver handle, but it's one of the handles that has a loop on it, so it goes from the top and then it rounds down to the bottom and it meets the door in two places and then has like a latch on the top. I usually leave the front unlocked so the deadbolt is already open. I can push down on the lever and pull the door towards me. The hinges are on the left, so the door will swing.
What is she talking about? This is confusing me. I don't think I'd be able to follow this example. How about you guys?
From the right side to the left side. And then I have a storm door. There's a storm door there. It's like black frame, but with a divider in the middle. And the handle for that is also on the right. And that has, again, another, like a latch push down to open that door. And that door swings out. So as I walk through that door, I turn to my right and kind of hold that storm door with my butt or my back, and reach around with my right hand and grab the outside handle of the main door, which is all black, but the handle again is silver like on the inside. I can pull that door closed behind me. And I have a keypad latch, so I'd have to lock it with a button, but I can I push any button to latch it. But 2 is the button I used. And I have to kind of pull on the door as I'm locking it, or it won't lock. So I pull on the door, and then it gives kind of like a beep to tell me that it's locked appropriately. And then I step back from the storm door, and I let that door just kind of fall, but it never slams closed. It just kind of fades closed. And I'll turn around, have a single step there. I can step down from the front porch onto the sidewalk. And then the sidewalk, I curve around to the left. There's a car in the driveway there. I don't like to walk in the grass because the grass is always real wet. So I kind of walk into the driveway and like scoot alongside of that car. It's actually a truck. It's a black pickup truck. And it's parked face in so that the pointing towards the street. I walk alongside it, so I guess I'm on the left side of it. And I walk down, it's maybe 5 or 6 more feet after the end of the truck, after the bumper. There's a sidewalk that crosses the driveway, and into the road. No cars are coming, so I just cross the street there, and there's more parking on the opposite side of the street. There's a grassy area there, and there's parking spots that, not parallel parking, whatever the other one is, just straight in, along right in front of the house, but on the other side of the road. And my car is in the first parking spot, the silver Tundra.
I want to know what the name of this technique is. What is the name of this technique? How to drive someone crazy?
A golf ball dent over the driver's side rear wheel well that I see every time. Walk past the rear doors to the front doors.
No, this lady is giving her an example of how she wants her to be descriptive and recall what she's going to ask her. So she's giving her this long, drawn-out example that's actually like hypnotic.
I have to click open the door with the key fob. Put that open.
I'm going to pass. I'm going to put her on fast.
It's like a beep beep for the unlock. And then
it is Moscow.
And I notice on the grassy area there, there's kids that sometimes play in there. They weren't there when I left, but the soccer ball was there. And one of those orange cones that they use for the goals was kind of right in front of the truck. And then I get in the truck. It's gray on the inside of a black dash.
Mabel, this is live, baby. Welcome to J is for Justice. Halloween, post-Halloween live.
Steering wheel and black dashboard. I have the keys in my right hand to put the keys in ignition, turn the ignition, because it still has a regular key ignition. And there's a
this is wild.
Mask, like a COVID mask, that hangs on the left of where the blinker is. There's a mask there. And on the right, there's the shift is down low. It's right in the console. And I went to put my phone in the cup holder to try and plug it in because it plugs into the front dash, but I couldn't find the cord. And so I had to kind of dig in between the seat and the console to find that. But I found it. And as soon as I plugged it in, the music on the phone came on. I don't know what song it was, but it was definitely an old Bryan song. And it was like halfway through.
I missed you, Shane.
I'm not sure. But it was in the middle. I remember it popped on right in the middle of the song. And I looked up, and I put the truck in reverse, looked back out of the driveway, out of the parking spot. There's no backup camera, so I looked in the rearview mirror, and there was a couple walking a dog along the sidewalk. It was like, maybe a shepherd, like an Australian shepherd of some sort. It was like
No, this is her example still.
brown and white, and she had on a blue like parka. She had brown hair, jeans, and he was taller than her. Like a gray hoodie and jeans. And they were walking up the hill. So if I'm in my mirror, they were moving from the passenger side to my side. They saw them through the mirror. And then they put it in reverse and backed out and went here. Okay? Good sense of how much we're talking about.
Oh, I did, Mabel. Isn't that nuts? Isn't that nuts? Kresha actually confirmed it in my live earlier that it was like 2.3 million.
So it'll take some time. Just close your eyes. I had my eyes closed because it certainly helps you to see it. Okay? Before we get started, any questions about that? Okay.
All right, here we go.
Again, I'm not going to ask you any questions. Okay, so.
Hey, Teresa.
Close your eyes. Take a minute. Put yourself back there. Remember being in this
Miller.
area here as you're approaching into the neighborhood. Close your eyes. Take your time. And when you're ready, when you can see yourself there, you can go ahead and start.
Tato is doing good. She's probably snoozing right now. It's 6 a.m. there. Maybe she'll wake up and we'll see her soon. Sometimes she rolls in here around 2:30 a.m. All right, here we go. This is Molly.
I remember driving up the road before the turn and seeing on my phone that I was going back to that area again, being like, holy cow, another delivery here. I'm turning up King Road, taking the left onto King Road, and then taking a right onto Queen, and trying to watch my phone, telling me where to go, watching the map that I keep on the satellite so I can see the buildings, because it's easier to find places on the buildings and the addresses on the satellite mode. And all of a sudden my phone saying you are there, and I pulled over to the right, right there by the garbage, the dumpsters right there next to me. As I turned my head, I put my car in park, and I remember sitting back and taking a breath for a few seconds because I was very tired and very exhausted, and started looking around for the numbers and not being able to see them. And my lights on my car seemed so bright. They seemed really, really bright of where I was sitting because it was so dark out. And then looking over to my right and looking at the house and seeing the bluish white house and the light shining so bright, and looking up and at the windows. As I'm looking at the windows, I see movement in the top left hand, and there's a girl up there with her hair just hanging down. It's not put up in a ponytail, it's kind of snarly, it's not done up. It's almost like pajamas or just end of the day wear, just kind of hanging out in the window. And her head kind of tilted and kind of looking around, and it seemed odd. And
Okay. This makes more sense to me now because she said she pulled over by the dumpsters. So where we watched Anjanette Levy, she would have been even further back. So she would have definitely seen inside the third floor window. But why is her head tilted and looking odd? What in the actual F is going on here?
left hand, and there's a girl up there with her hair just hanging down. It's not put up in a ponytail, it's kind of snarly, it's not done up. It's almost like pajamas or just end of the day where just kind of hanging out in the window. And her head kind of.
Yes, she would have been looking more uphill she would have been more uphill and looking at the house, and it would have been, she would have had a better view of that window. Yeah, the dumpsters are on the other side of the alley, though. The dumpsters are, if you're driving down King Road and the house 1122 is on your right, the dumpsters are on your left.
Tilted and kind of looking around, and it seemed odd. And I remember leaning forward in my car and up to the steering wheel to look to see her better. And when she realized I was looking at her, she jumped down very quickly and kind of disappeared. And I was like, okay, that was strange. Waited a moment, looking around still to find the numbers.
I wonder if the girls felt uneasy about something. Because at this point, it was 4 a.m. Bryan Kohberger had already been circling around. And we heard that, like, Kaylee had seen a guy by the dumpsters. There was a guy out by the tree line when Kaylee took the dog out. So I don't know, man. That's just effing weird to me.
Realizing that must not have been it because the girl didn't come down and I didn't see numbers. I'm trying to remember what number the apartment buildings were. Looking again at my phone to see if there was an apartment complex unit. And seeing again there wasn't. Telling Nike to stay. He was sleeping in his, I keep a dog bed in the passenger seat that hooks into. I'll take a leash and I tie it around the passenger side because if I have to slam on my brakes too hard on the car, then Nike goes flying. He's not happy when he goes flying into the floor, so he stays in his little bed and stays warm. I told him to stay. He couldn't come out this time to this delivery because I didn't know where I was going. And I left the food and I left the car running. I didn't turn it off because I wanted the headlights to stay on. I wanted the extra light to see as I was walking around. And I remember getting out of the car.
Seems to me she was feeling a little uneasy and she was feeling a little weird about this girl in the window. Something fell off to her, and I'm trusting her instinct, even though she may not be the most reliable. Welcome, Fancy Nancy. Thank you for joining tonight. I feel like something definitely was off. She heard crying in the bathroom on the same floor as her. I don't know why the names are all ats in here. I don't know. It's YouTube.
Closing the car door and walking and realizing it looked like garbage all over the road. As I'm walking up the road, I'm looking at my map on my phone, and then seeing.
There was garbage all over the road. Is that by the dumpsters or?
Does it look like dirty underwear in the road?
Look like dirty underwear in the road.
Which I remember shaking my head and thinking, geez, I'm on campus. And I kept.
Was there all that stuff in the road the next morning when the murders were reported? Or did someone go back there and pick that shit up? And I'm wondering, too, where is the footage of Kohberger coming back the next morning? Oh, no, I don't, Kay Miller. I don't remember seeing him. Weird. But where's the footage of him coming back in the morning? On the neighbor's thing. I think the living room, like what Dylan described, and she may be remembering it. Oh, I don't know. At 4 a.m. though?
Walking, turning my flashlight on, I'm looking. I'm thinking that's gotta be the house. Looking up at the window again, the girl's still not there. She didn't come down. That can't be right. Walking up to the other apartments and seeing that the number isn't correct. So I start kind of walking up, looking at my map. It's telling me to walk up that road. I kind of walk up there, and I'm looking with my flashlight, and I'm seeing that there's a little courtyard in between the bushes, but I'm not seeing a pathway, a walkway, or anything to get through. No movement in the house, no movement outside, nobody talking. It was noisy down at the street by the car, but not up there. It's quiet, it's dark. I'm getting really nervous because it's dark and it's quiet. And my map is just still telling me to keep walking up there, and I see that there's a road, but I'm not sure if it's the parking lot or there's an actual road that goes up and around. And so I turn around and I start walking back down to my car, because I'm gonna get in my car and drive up it, because I don't want to end up walking some blocks away from my car again in the dark. And it's cold, and I'm flashing my flashlight, and I'm trying to walk, and I'm trying to look, and I'm not seeing anything. And I get back down my car, and I look back up, and the girl's up in the window again. And she's just sitting there looking out the window again. The only thing you can really see in the window is her.
Okay, that makes me think it is the third floor smaller window, because that's all you could see. The living room window's big. You could see the good vibes sign and all that shit. And you know, that's a great question, Meg. Did she say anything about all the cars parked out front? Not that she's heard of yet, or not that she's said yet. She's really freaked out by this girl in the window. Like, I'm a scaredy cat too at night. Especially when it's dark, like super dark.
She's just sitting there looking out the window again. The only thing you can really see in the window is her. And again, she makes eye contact with me, and she disappears again. She jumps down. She's gone.
Whoa. That freaked me out when she said she made eye contact with me. Okay, so let's imagine this is Xana, right? Imagine being this woman and you literally made eye contact with her. Yeah, she's talking about the front, though. Yeah, I don't know why she didn't call or, message. I mean, I don't know. She was walking around trying to figure out where the hell the house was, I guess. Guys, I don't know. This is really strange. Like, was Bryan in there? Yeah, I don't know. It's weird that she would even be up on that floor, I don't know how they got a hold of her.
Sitting there looking out the window again. The only thing you can really see in the window is her. And again, she makes eye contact with me, and she disappears again. She jumps down. She's gone. I'm like, okay. So I keep walking down to my car, and I'm looking for numbers. And the noises are starting to come of the college kids and the radios and the music. I can't make them out. Any noises. still looking around for numbers. I finally get in my car, grab the door, get in, put my phone up on the stand, which takes forever because it's new. The pop socket doesn't want to fit in.
I wonder if she wasn't making a drug deal to somebody. Hashtag Kohberger. This is weird. Something ain't jiving with me.
To the stupid thing. Finally get it all situated up there, and I take my car and I put it in drive. And I remember kind of racing up there because I was trying to hurry, but then slowing down because I was trying to look at the same time to where my phone was telling me to turn and walk. And my car went vroom up the hill very quickly. And then realizing that I was at a dead end and I needed to find a place to park the car. I can tell him that it was okay because he was starting to make noises. He wanted to get out and go with me, but I didn't want to carry him around. It was cold and I knew he was going to be cold. And I got the car parked. It was dark. It was really dark. I tried to get my flashlight on, and I was carrying the food this time, just in case. Thank you. Okay. It's okay. I'm walking down the hill. You're okay. I'm walking down the hill, and it's so dark, and looking through in between the bushes and see the light and the glow from in between and going out to the courtyard. That would actually be kind of a cool place to live. And the door, things being open. I remember glass doors open, I think. And
You hear that? She remembers the glass door open, I think.
Doors open, I think. And it just seemed warm and inviting, but I didn't feel comfortable walking through bushes. And all of a sudden I hear a car coming up from behind me, from my right.
Oh, Christ. So she's checking out the back to be like, oh, should I take it down there? It looks warm and inviting, but I didn't feel comfortable walking down there. I know. I love you, Calks. And then this car is coming up from behind her.
Through bushes, and all of a sudden I hear a car coming up from behind me, from my right. I hear the car is slow. Then I turn to my side to look at it because I know I don't want to get hit. There's not a lot of room. And it's at night. I'm with a flashlight. I'm expecting somebody to be sitting there gawking at me, wondering what the heck I'm doing because that's kind of crazy. And turning around, and it's a tan-like colored car driving by me. It's not going fast. It's not going particularly slow. The dash light is on. It's very easy to see inside. But he's very into what he's doing. He doesn't look at me, and he seems very just not paying attention to anything else going on. But the light's on in the car for some reason, and it's very light inside the car. I don't see anything, bags or anything in the seats. I remember seeing the seats. And nothing like a bag or anything laying around. He had a light colored dress shirt on.
This is creepy as fuck. Okay, so hold on. I'm reading your guys' comments. Let me see. She did walk down with the flashlight. So, okay, so what I was going to say is she's standing, where I showed you where Ann Jeanette was? Right here. We go back to Ann Jeanette. She's standing where Ann Jeanette is. Okay, so picture this. I'm going to mute her. But here's Ann Jeanette up at the top, right? She's going to show you the parking lot. Boom, 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 right here. Here's the parking lot. She parks up here, right? She starts walking down with her. She's got her flashlight, and over her right shoulder, which would also be Ann Jeanette's right shoulder, the car is coming over her right. Yes, Lisa Lee, if you're just joining, they gave her an example of how to describe what she's doing. So she's got her eyes closed and she is recalling every detail like they asked her to. So this gives you the perspective. She's walking here. She's standing right here. She walks down that alleyway, and that's where the sedan goes. And they could have left the door open because Murphy, remember, was outside. Murphy was outside barking. All right, so let's go back. This is interesting. I'm sorry, it is. I'm not ready to discount her as a traumatized person who's on drugs. I just can't. I'm sorry. She's recalled way too much. Okay, here we go.
And nothing like a bag or anything hanging around. He had a light colored dress shirt on. Short hair.
Well, I'm going to tell you from experience, my son, when he was 16, survived a traumatic accident, and he honestly had to go out there with the homicide detectives because the person he was with passed away, and he recalled the details. He recalled exactly where they were. He recalled all those things, even though he was traumatized. So just because she's traumatized doesn't mean she's not going to remember. She's not saying anything about the dog barking, though.
Almost pokey. I want to say spiky, pokey.
The hair was pokey. Huh? The hair was pokey, spiky, almost pokey. This was on 11/23/22. So, like gelled, spiky.
Hair, almost pokey. I want to say spiky, pokey hair. And a beard that was not a long beard, very short. It's not that like he hasn't shaved in a couple days, but it's been a while. But not like he was, I don't know, purposely or not.
Like he hasn't shaved in a couple days?
Not like he was, I don't know, purposely or not. They're older, not a college student. Didn't seem like he should have been right there. And the fact that he didn't even look at me was very strange. And walking down, I got to the end of the house and the bushes, and still I couldn't see a path. I wasn't missing anything. I didn't miss a pathway. Maybe the road goes up and around the other side. I can kind of see up there that it looks like there might be a parkway on the other side of the house. Maybe that's it. And I'm missing. And turning back around and walking up the hill really fast.
Thank you, Ghost. Happy
I'm
Halloween.
Fast because it's dark and I've been taking too long. I've been there way too long, and I'm cold, and Mike is getting antsy, and he's getting cold, and it's so dark and so quiet. And getting in the car, I'm feeling very uncomfortable. I'm feeling better when I got in the car. It was warmer. And I'm putting Nike on my lap because I'm uncomfortable. And getting pulled out without trying to hit anything. And speeding down the hill rather fast because I was very uncomfortable and I didn't like where I was. I come down the hill, and and I decided to pull in, and I pulled in very fast, getting frustrated, knowing I have other calls. I remember hearing the gravel clicking, and I did not see the girl in the window this time. When I pulled into the drive, she wasn't up there. And I turned to the side, and all of a sudden I can see the numbers. There they are. There's the numbers through the light. Now I can see them now that I'm on the side. And I throw the car and park very quickly.
Okay, wait. I am confused. Oh my goodness. This is a lot. You're not buying any of it. What are you thinking, NorCal? Are you thinking she's intentionally making it up, or do you think that she just doesn't recall and she's making it up, or she's heard things and it's things she's heard? She did already what, Noelle?
Girl in the window this time. When I pulled into the drive, she wasn't up there. And I turned to the side, and all of a sudden I can see the numbers. There they are. There's the numbers through the light. Now I can see them now that I'm on the side. And I throw the car and park very quickly. And I think I had Nike in my hand when I grabbed the food because I didn't want to let go of him. And I got out of the car. And I grabbed my phone. I didn't turn it off. I didn't even shut the car door. And ran up to the door and put the food down, making sure that the door wouldn't hit the food if it was to open outwards. And taking the picture, trying to get the program to work. Got the picture, confirmed the delivery, got back in my car.
This is what they told her to do, though. If you're just joining. The detective said, give us every single detail. So that's why she's doing this, that they've asked her to close her eyes and vividly recall, go back to that night with all of her senses.
I'm going to put my phone back up on the thing, still holding on to Nike and throwing the car in reverse and getting out of there very quickly. I didn't want to be there anymore. I wanted to hurry up and get on. I had been there so long, I wasn't supposed to be there any longer. And just kind of take it off really fast.
That was great. Thank you very much. You want to take a drink, take a break for a second? Okay. That was great. That was a ton of detail. With some new things in there too that helped you kind of pull out, which was great. Can I ask you a couple questions about some of this stuff? What you said when you pulled in and you parked by the dumpster, you left your lights on so you could see. Can you explain to us a little bit about exactly where the car was and what the headlights illuminated?
The car was right, let's see, right here. The dumpster's right there, right at the very opening of the drive.
Dumpster right next to the drive.
Yes. I was shining so I could see the numbers on this apartment here, the apartment complex. The numbers are right there on the corner. I think it's like 800 or something ridiculous, but
okay.
It's a 100 number with 2 zeros. I can't remember the first one, but
okay. I think you had said before, was there a time that you walked this way?
I didn't walk that way, just this way. My car, I drove when I came down in the car, I drove that way.
I see.
And that's where I parked my car right there when I saw the numbers. I was right at the right angle where I could see the numbers away from the light.
Okay, so
that's when I realized that was the house that I was supposed to be at. So I slammed it in the park, and that's when I jumped out.
Okay, so the car just for Brett is on the right side of the house.
It's over here on the right corner. And there were cars parked in there.
Okay. Can you?
Okay, there you go. She mentioned the cars.
If you close your eyes, remember anything about how many cars, what kind of cars, what color cars, anything about those cars?
I want to say that all I remember, I want to say maybe 3 cars. A dark sedan car was the only one I can remember that was actually parked in there. for some reason, I didn't pay a lot of attention to the cars that were in there.
Okay.
Just because nothing was moving, nothing was going on.
Okay.
And I was just trying to get my car in and out of there and get out of there at that point because I felt uncomfortable being on that side of the house.
Okay. I think you said too, and correct me if I'm wrong, that while you were up here and you looked down in here, it looked warm and inviting. And I think you said something about it being open.
I think the doors, I don't know if they were open, but I would have thought it almost seemed like there was glass doors open back there, but I don't know if they actually were, or if it was just plain glass doors.
Okay, so I was going to ask you, what made you think that they were open?
Just because I couldn't see through.
Okay.
Or I could see through, sorry. I could see through, sorry. So I wasn't sure if it was glass doors. It was just a glowing, you know, the yellow, orangish glowing light coming through. Okay. It wasn't exactly up here. Up here was very dark. Really hard to see. It was more down here towards, as I was looking through the bushes, where it was telling me to go through into the courtyard.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. So lots to unpack. So it sounds like she's saying that the glass doors were open. And then the other thing she just said was that there was the light on that was glowing through the kitchen out those patio doors. Wow.
So I wasn't sure if it was glass doors. It was just a glowing, you know, the yellow, orangish glowing light coming through. Okay. It wasn't exactly up here. Up here was very dark. Really hard to see. It was more down here towards, as I was looking through the bushes, where it was telling me to go through into the courtyard.
Okay. So you noticed it down kind of closer to the house.
Closer to the house.
Okay.
And she's saying it was dark upstairs, but the kitchen floor, which is the middle floor, the second floor, the patio door floor, was lit up inside. But she said it was dark up above.
Because I didn't walk past, when I was walking down, I didn't walk past this part when I was walking down. It was just, once I got to that point, it was like, okay, I've already made it past the house, and that's when I came back up.
When you, and just so I'm clear too, I know you told Brett this already, but which direction were you traveling, and which direction was that car traveling?
I was walking down, and the car was coming down.
Also coming down, the same direction.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know where it came from.
Okay. When it passed you, you said as it's passing you look over your right shoulder.
Yes. I was walking down the hill.
Okay. As it passed you, do you remember seeing the back side of it at all?
No.
Did you watch it as it went past you?
I remember it going down the hill, but then I just turned and kept doing what I was doing because I didn't see which way it turned.
Okay. And then if you remember, when was the first time you saw another vehicle when you were leaving? After you dropped the food?
Another vehicle.
At any point, even if it's, way out on the street, do you ever remember encountering another car in front of you, behind you, passing,
Not that I remember. It was pretty dead out. Things were starting to calm down. But there was still a lot of noise and music coming from somewhere. I thought it was coming from these apartments here, and then from this one here. But I remember walking kind of down here and seeing these guys' lights were all still on, and there was lots of noise coming from that area.
Okay, so this is, I'm not sure. Is it
Angel, because in the back, she said that floor was dark. In the front, she saw the girl in the window.
a house or an apartment?
I think this is an apartment. It looked like it's kind of strange, like the apartment's only upstairs.
Okay.
It's weird looking.
Okay. But you said those lights were on?
Yes.
Okay. That was really great. I'd like to do one other similar kind of thing just to see if we can kind of pull something else out. So if this, well, let's use this building here. So these are apartments here, right? So what I'd like you to do is imagine you're in one of these windows here on the end. Okay. And you're looking out. Okay. But you're not you, because you're down here doing everything that you did that night. But if it's me up in this window here, and I'm looking out from the time you pull in, same thing, from the time you pull in to the time you pull back out. From up here, what am I seeing? What can I see from right here? From right there? Up here? Yep, from right in here. Probably my headlights as I pull up. Once I get to walking up here, you'll be able to see that. And me looking around and looking over here, you won't be able to see me walking over there. It'd be up there. And then me turning around and coming back down here to my car and looking at the other house numbers. And then you would see my car come up, which is silver Subaru, very fast, coming up and trying to find a parking spot. And I think honestly, I parked like right there. It was so dark, but it was right there. And then I got out of my car and came walking down with my camera, my flashlight on my phone. I'm saying flashlight, I mean the flashlight on my phone. Okay. And looking at the map and trying to reset the map because it keeps saying you are here and I'm not there yet and I haven't found it and it's getting in the rain. And walking and peeking through the bushes, and I'm actually thinking about people watching me, wondering what I'm doing. And then the car come driving down here and past.
I can kind of feel what she's laying down. You know, you kind of feel like, ugh, something's looking over your shoulder. Someone's going to wonder what I'm doing if I'm creeping around. She hasn't exactly had great experiences with law enforcement. So I'm sure she doesn't want no trouble. You know what I mean? And it sounds like she's a little creeped out at times, doing this at night, and usually has her boyfriend on the phone. So, what was the other thing I was going to say? Let me see. Whose clothes were it? Oh, man. I can't remember the other point I was going to make. Oh, so they asked her to so this detective said, tell me what you're seeing if you're looking out this window, right? So they're trying to determine probably if she's mistaken on the third floor window and thinking the living room window. So this detective says, tell me what you see from the perspective if you're the girl looking out the window. And that's what she's describing right now, what she thinks the girl in the window would have seen.
By me as I turn and look at him. And then as I got down to about here, would have seen me stop and kind of peer through and kind of take a step there, down, but go no, and turn around. I step off the road. It's kind of a little bit of a drop there, and I was like, no. And looking, and seeing him at the end of the house, and then coming back up and very quickly, and coming right back up to the car, and then driving down very fast. And then probably hearing my tires turn, and the ground will spitter as I turn in there. But I don't know that you would be able to see me actually get out of the car. Okay. And go to the door from there because of those bushes and the trees and everything that's there. Okay. That was great. Thank you very much for that. But did any of that, were there any additional questions?
No, you did a fantastic job. Yeah, truly, you did great.
After kind of going through all of that, is there anything else that sticks in your mind or that got jogged, that maybe is bubbling its way up about the 15 minutes or so that you spent in that neighborhood, or even on your way in or out of the neighborhood, if there was anything that
just remembering that was a really weird delivery. I was there forever. His hair could have been like a blondish red. Okay. Okay. It was hard with the glow of the light. That's the only other thing I can think of that once I was picturing it.
See, the light threw her off. That's an orange, like, light, fluorescent light. It's like an orange fluorescent light. Now she's saying reddish blonde.
That could be. It may not have been just blonde. It may have been a blonde, like strawberry blonde. But yeah, tan, of course, Dan.
And you mentioned that he had a light colored dress shirt on.
Yeah.
When you say a dress shirt,
like collar, a collar, but not shirt.
Okay. Okay.
No coat over the top or a hoodie like you would see on a college student. Okay. Or a sweater and a dress shirt.
And it seems like you described being able to see pretty clearly on the inside of the car. Is that?
Yeah, I remember the inside of the car being lit up.
Okay.
Like he had the dome light on, which seems odd to me, but I don't know. But he wasn't looking around or anything. He was just straight.
Okay. Did it seem like there were any tints in the windows?
No.
Or just clear?
I could see right through.
Okay.
I could see him so well.
Okay.
That's why it's been just bugging me, because I could see him so well.
Okay. You talked about light colored interior of the car.
Yes.
Can you see about the color besides that it's light?
Okay, just light. I don't remember any bags or clutter or anything laying around or anything on the dash that didn't already belong there. Anything sticking out. Do you think I'm clean and very nitpicked?
Okay. What about the color of the dash lights? Not that there's a glow from the dash. Can you recall any?
Not much of a glow because of the dash light, the dome light being on. So not much that I saw there. It just was very bright in there. And it being so dark. I mean, I think there might be some light coming from in between there, coming through the windows just right when I was perfect timing. That could have been it too, instead of the dash light or the interior light being on, but it seemed very bright in there when I think about it, when I picture it.
When you picture the gentleman sitting in the car, you're looking at a side profile.
Yes.
Did anything stand out to you about his facial features?
No.
No. Okay.
Can you recall his hairline?
Not anything that was, it wasn't like it was balding or anything like that. It's just a normal, he wasn't wearing a hat or anything like that. You could see his hair, like I said, it was very almost spiky hair. It was short.
So spiky, short. Can you describe that for me as a little bit more?
Not like slick back or anything like that. Just like spiky, short. Not like buzz cut, but longer than that. A buzz cut.
Okay. Okay. Just if I remember correctly, you said this was not your first delivery to this neighborhood.
No, it was not. I had two other ones up here.
Okay. And there was one more after it, or no?
No.
No. Okay.
That was actually, I had more deliveries in Pullman. Okay. Yeah, I actually did that one last one, and then called me. He's like, you need to come home. This is ridiculous. You've been gone forever. Why aren't you home yet?
Okay.
You've been at this for like 18 hours. Why did you go home?
Do you remember what times those two earlier deliveries were?
They were directly before.
Okay.
I mean, I was dashing in Pullman, and they sent me to deliver to the crazy name delivery with all the right there, and a gentleman here. That was the first one, and then I got sent right back to Jack in the Box again.
Okay.
And I think I did a double drop off of Pullman.
Okay.
And then right back there again for the 2nd delivery to be dropped off in the center there.
Okay.
And then right back to Pullman again.
Okay.
And I did one drop off in Pullman and one drop off to them.
I see. Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's listen to that again. Okay.
I was dashing in Pullman, and they sent me to deliver to the crazy name delivery with all the right there, and a gentleman here.
Okay, so she was door dashing in Pullman. Yeah, exactly, Moon and Stars. The thumbs up pic. Yep. And it looks like his hair is super dark in that picture, too. Could he have colored his hair really dark? I don't know. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Okay, so she was in Pullman door dashing. She got on the first delivery to Moscow. I want to count how many times she went there because he was driving around there as well.
Right there. And a gentleman here. And that was the first one. And then I got sent right back to Jack in the Box again.
Okay.
And I think I did a double drop off of Pullman.
Okay.
And then right back there again for the second delivery to be dropped off in the center there.
Okay.
So then she went back to Pullman, did a few more orders. Then she went back to Moscow.
And then right back to Pullman again.
Okay.
Then back to Pullman. So she did go 3 separate times.
And I did one drop off in Pullman and one drop off to them.
I see. Okay.
And then she did another one in Pullman, and then she did Xana's.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, I get a lot of double drop offs. Okay. Most dashers don't, but I get a lot of double offs.
That's good for you. Right?
Yeah. A lot of people got a lot of complaints on them because they're not fast enough, but
okay.
I end up with a lot of them. I'm not sure why, but.
So when you came through this area on those 2 earlier deliveries, what was the I don't want to say the traffic like, but what was were there people out? Were there vehicles out?
There were people out. There were vehicles. There were lots of vehicles out, parked on the sides, and lots of noise. And typical college party night. Seemed like all of the apartments were somebody was out partying.
Okay.
And so you get up to here. I don't know if you've been there or not. There's no lights, street lights or anything once you get it up there. And so I was trying to drive around up there, and it also the weather was not great. I remember, and so trying to see, especially up here, and where I was going, I ended up driving on the walkway in the center of the apartments because I didn't realize I wasn't supposed to be driving on them. And him on my phone griping at me at ETA, and I'm like. And so then I had to go in reverse out of the center of the courtyard.
Okay.
And driving back, and he came out of his apartment with the purple door.
Okay. And you say, so you went straight back to Jack in the Box and straight back. How long?
I mean, she even remembers the color of the door.
What do you think that trip takes?
On that night, it doesn't take very long, maybe 10 minutes or so. I could probably check on my phone on my maps and see, but okay. It's not a long drive when the weather's not bad. Okay. Even at night, the dark, when I do it so often, I know the road pretty well. And I wasn't taking Airport Road at all that night. It was on Main Highway and back and forth between Jack in the Box. I would take not airport, the back Airport Road, but as soon as you get to the light on the Pullman side, and then go that way to Jack in the Box up to campus.
Okay.
And around. So it's fairly quick, especially because nobody's out. It's just dashers. We're all running back and forth.
Yeah, she said at night, at this time of night, it's 10 minutes.
I'm trying to not get, sorry, but busted for speeding.
I got busted for speeding the other morning, so on my way here.
And, trying to make sure we're not getting in trouble, especially at the end of the month. It seems like at the end of the month, they're all watching our routes between Jack in the Box and McDonald's and Taco Bell over there in Pullman. That's the Stadium Way strip right there.
Yeah.
They're right there watching us pretty closely.
Okay. When you, on those first 2 trips out to this neighborhood, do you recall seeing any other vehicles out?
Not anything that stood out. There were kids walking around and lots of noise and lots of, but not anything. It was so late. I didn't expect to see a lot of cars out.
Okay. So if you had seen any cars on the road at all, you know, not parked, but cars moving at that time?
I want to say maybe one or two passing by me, but nothing that stood out and not a lot of traffic. It was very quickly up and out and up and out, and not a lot of having to wait at stop signs or waiting for traffic to move. Especially being up here, because there's not a lot of, you know, unless you live up here, you know what you're doing up there, you're not usually over on that side. Or down here, there's more people moving around and active, because it's a main road. A lot of people who go to Winco, because Winco is open all night, and if they live on the side of town, they will go that way to get through town because it's faster and it's easier.
Me too, Serenity. I'm like, everything she's saying, I mean, true or not, I wouldn't be able to recall all this stuff. I don't even think I'd be able to recall it and get it wrong. You know what I mean? And get it wrong. I'd be like, I don't remember if he had facial hair. I would have no idea. Did he have a beard? I don't know. Was he wearing glasses? I don't know. What color was the car? I don't know. I wouldn't know shit.
Than going through downtown and Main Street and everything to get through at night. So it's a main road.
That's true, Lacey.
Anything else that you can think of at all?
That's true.
Not anything that's coming to mind.
Anything else about that vehicle when you close your eyes and think about it? Any decals or stickers?
I can't even remember if it was a Washington or an Idaho plate. I've been racking my brain. But I don't remember any stickers or anything sticking out or standing out on it.
What about the wheels? Anything about the wheels? You recall seeing the wheels at all?
I didn't even look at the wheels because I was looking at the top part. I don't even remember clicking for the like if it had studs on. I don't remember.
Ooh, NorCal Jim coming in with the debate question. He says, stirring the pot here, but do you think he did this all by himself? As time has gone on, I have started to question this. Sound off in the chat, y'all.
Studs clicking. I remember the gravel clicking, but not the stud clicking. If that.
Absolutely.
Those studs are pretty loud. You can hear them about a mile away.
Brett, anything more?
No.
Okay, so the only other thing I have for you is, how are you doing? I know that I said this has been a rough couple days for you. I hope this conversation wasn't...
So couple days. She said that she doesn't watch the news, but so a couple days. This is the 23rd. How come she didn't come forward right away? Body says, I do think he acted alone. He had only lived there 5-ish months. He's awkward, didn't have friends. I can't imagine he would have met someone to share this with. I agree. Unless it was like a family affair, but I don't think it was. There's no one that he would have trusted enough to not fuck things up. I think he was way too confident in what he had learned, and that he thought that he could fool these dumb Keystone cops. That's what I think. That he was taking all his knowledge, that he was the smartest guy in the fucking room. He was taking the knowledge that he thought he had more of than these Keystone cops, and they wouldn't catch him.
No, it was fine.
Good.
Thank you.
You know, certainly understand that this is a tough process, and you know, particularly considering the things you've been through in the last.
Well, like I told him, I want to help. I want to help and make this, you know. And I can't believe I was there at that exact time. My luck.
Well, we very much appreciate your willingness to help, your willingness to come in.
I was there at that. I want to help and make this, you know. And I can't believe I was there at that exact time. My luck.
Well, we very much appreciate your willingness to help, your willingness to come in tonight. You know, I know it was probably a lot just hearing the calls from the PD when we initially tried to get a hold of you. So I get that completely. I was in talking to now. She's going to stay in contact with you. She'll check in on you if you need anything. She'll probably have some suggestions of things that may help.
He just wouldn't let me call anybody back. Like I told him this, my first message I got from my voicemail, I just got a new phone. My voicemail wasn't even hooked up. All I was getting was your text messages. And I was actually sitting in my dad's truck, my tire had just blown. I just bought brand new tires. I was trying to sign on to work and my tire blew on the highway and my dad had just picked me up. I got my schwab dealing with that. My car was out of alignment, so 2 weeks of driving around on brand new tires. The tire completely burned all the way like this and blew on the highway both sides of the front.
Jesus, this poor girl has like the worst luck ever. My goodness. God bless her. I don't know how much one person can go through.
So another $400 after the initial $800. So that's what I've been doing. He's like, I will call him. I'm like, then you need to call him because he keeps texting me. And I'm trying to do with this. And if you're going to call him, you need to call because he's still texting me. And I don't know if he can't get through. And then I realized that my voicemail wasn't set up. And then I had the app set up so no phone calls were getting through. And I was like, he's trying to get through and he can't get through. And he's texting me. He's probably sitting there wondering if I even know if it's real or not because I didn't text it from a police officer. So if you're going to call.
Well, we very much appreciate that. It is certainly possible we may reach out to you again. Is that okay?
Please do, yes.
Okay. And the number we used, is that the right number? Is it easier with the voicemail situation? Should we call? Should we text?
Texting was better. I have a hard time talking on the phone.
Okay.
I don't know why. It triggers me.
Absolutely.
I tend to sit there and just stare at it ringing. I can't answer it. Okay. That's why I have speech to text voicemail too, because I can't listen to them. Okay. I don't know why.
Okay.
It triggers the anxiety for some reason. It's not like I got a weird phone call saying my husband was dead or something, or I was there every time something happened.
Mm-hmm.
So
anxiety's weird like that.
Yeah, I think it's just not knowing what's on the other line. Other side is what makes it hard. The texting was best. Or you will answer the. He answers the phone calls.
That's certainly fine. Now let me ask you this too. I know it's seems like you do DoorDash at night.
Yes.
So when do you sleep?
During the day.
Okay.
In the morning usually.
Okay.
I'm more of early mornings. It's usually I'm unconscious. I'm out cold.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we will certainly try and reach out to you. When's the best afternoon?
Yeah, afternoons, evenings. Yeah.
We can certainly work around that. As I said, the likelihood is we probably will reach out to you.
Yes,
again.
please do. Please, I want to help.
I'm gonna keep in touch with you as well, so we may just go through too.
Okay.
We can kind of figure that out. If you have a preference, if you'd rather.
It doesn't matter. It's just anything I can do, I'll come back.
Okay. That's
and if I think of anything, I will let you guys know.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And so one of the things we always tell people, I know it's been a few days now at this point already, but you're gonna keep thinking about it.
Yeah,
and
it keeps
it's
replaying.
not helpful for your anxiety. I fully understand, but it's just one of those things that's going to happen.
Yeah.
If you think of anything else, if anything else comes to mind, reach out. We'll give you, Brett will give you a business card.
Thanks,
and
Jim.
you'll have Tamara's information as well. You can reach Tamara, you can reach Brett.
Of course.
But anytime, day or night, just call or text. If you want to text and say, hey, I thought of something, that's fine. It's probably easier to do that than to actually text the information to us, if that's okay with you.
That's fine.
Okay. It may be something, if you don't mind, if you know it's us calling and you're expecting that call, if that's okay to have a conversation, just so you don't have to come in.
Yeah, it just depends with the phone call thing. I wish there was a rhyme or reason to it. Sometimes I can answer that phone and I have no problem. And I'm the boss.
Yep.
Sometimes I look at it and I'm like, and I can't do it.
That's totally understandable.
And so, yeah. But, yeah.
Can I ask if there's anything that you do to kind of help that anxiety? Do you have any
I've
resources
been
for that?
trying as much as I can to do things, but it's been hard.
This must be redacted out, this part. I was like, what happened? They're talking about personal stuff. I don't know if there's audio throughout the end of this or not, so we'll just let it play out. It's got 2 minutes left, so I don't know. Allie, I don't know what you're talking about, documents. They just released like 3,000 today, I think. Lindsay, we watched a new interview with the DoorDash driver. But there were, like 3,000 documents. Something crazy. Body has thumbed through them. But we've been live for 3 hours. This was a really interesting interview. But yeah, it was interesting to see from Ann Jeanette's point of view where the DoorDash driver was standing when the car came by her. And I know a lot of you don't think it was him, but I'm not so convinced. Yeah, I don't think there's any more audio, to be honest. I think that's it.
Alright, well, unless you've got anything else, I don't think we need to keep you anymore. Thank you so much again. I can't express to you how grateful we are.
I'm sorry, we didn't figure it out quicker and
nothing to hold it.
We were going to get a hold of Bill because I knew Bill. So, but with the holidays and everything, and I was just stressing out and I was terrified.
Oh, did you catch that at the end? Ooh. No. I can't handle her quiltiness. Did you catch that? They were going to reach out to Bill because I know Bill. Hold on. Bill Thompson. 2,300 pages.
Alright, well, unless you've got anything else, I don't think we need to keep you anymore. Thank you so much again. I can't express to you how grateful we are.
I'm sorry, we didn't figure it out quicker and
nothing to hold it.
we were going to get a hold of Bill because I knew Bill. So, but with the holidays and everything, and I was just stressing out. And
Yeah, he probably did. Yeah, we're going to have to go through some of those documents, huh? I saw that, Georgia Mom. That's crazy. This is just getting crazier. But anyways. Yeah, I think he did too, Body. But it sounds to me like when she found out that was the house, that maybe she was like, oh God, I don't know what to do. And they got a hold of her first, maybe. I don't know. Mabel, that is hilarious. I do have the lawsuit from that. Or from from arrests maybe. But he did prosecute. Her husband was murdered. And she testified, so I'm sure she knows Bill from that. Right. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll start going through the other stuff and see what. Oh, wait. I wanted to show you guys. Don't go anywhere yet. I wanted to show the sheath. Hold on. Let me pull up the knife sheath pics. Thank you, Body, for sending those. I've got the Moon and Stars. Thank you for joining tonight.
For making it happen. I want to say
Thank you for making it happen.
Thank you.
All right, let's see. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Are you guys tired? I'm getting there. I actually slept from like 4 until 8. It was like a really weird time. Oh, that's right. I have a hard time doing this. Why is that? It was like a really weird time to take a nap. So I got my schedule kind of screwed up. But here's one of them that I wanted to zoom in on. I can't get all of them to pull up for some reason. But let's do this. Aw, thank you, Moon and Stars. I really appreciate that. You can see it a lot better there, huh? It's really creepy. Hang on. God, I wish they would have found that knife, you know? But you can see the blood on there. I wonder what that spot is there. But it says trace material collected. Mm. All right, that's one of them. Let me see. Let's look at this one. This is the snap. And this says side A, note not to scale. Trace material collected. And this is from the strap thingy. Is it that hair thingy that's sticking up there? And does that mean that they had more that wasn't coming out until trial? Okay, so are the results of all of this trace evidence in the new documents? Because you guys, we have to remember there was stuff stowed away for trial. They thought that there was going to be a trial. So that's why this is all new information. They only told us what they wanted us to know. Right. No, DNA doesn't have to mean blood. I'm saying, did they find DNA anywhere other than under the snap, like we were told? So we've got more taken from underneath this little leather thing. Yeah, it looks new. I think we know he ordered it from Amazon, right? Let me see. Here, let's take a look at this. This is where they show, start at the top. This is side A. Area swabbed is in the purple. So they swabbed all of this, the snap all around there. Those two entire straps. And then they swabbed the edges only. And then the pink is what? Area swabbed, edge only on the bottom. Yeah, I know it's the touch DNA. Mr. Shane. All right, let's look at this. This is the one that looked like it had like the lines in it. I would think if this was wet with blood, we would see staining. You know what I mean? Well, it was on the button, but I guess what we're finding out is that it was in more spots than just the button. And it's not surprising to hear they had more evidence than what we knew about, considering they were fixing to go to trial. Right? I mean, if anything, I want to know the results of all of this trace that was tested, though. This trace material, did it come back to anything? Like, here's another one. This is trace material collected. See the box? It's almost like a dent. Hold on. Hold on. They collected from this. See, I want to see the results of these tests. What? I know, it almost looks like nail marks, doesn't it? Like this dent over here. I'm originally from Michigan. I always say fixin' too. I don't know why. Sometimes I do. Fit into. That's definitely a fiber. But is it a fiber from the knife or something else? What is that fiber from? I want to know all. Me too. Oh, so you guys are saying like these trace areas maybe didn't have enough to test. Is that what you mean? Trace DNA, trace material. I mean, it would be, if there was any DNA on it, it would be trace DNA. Trace material collected. So they collected it. If it ends up being DNA, it ends up being it'll be trace DNA. If it's not, then it's just trace material. But you can see there's a fiber right there too. There's these weird white fibers on here. Look, there's another one on the edge. Almost like it's from something it rubbed against. See it? It almost looks like there's some kind of fuzzies. You know what I mean? Like white fuzzies, like Body said. I think it's fiber. The one thing on the little strap look like little white fuzzies. Angel, I don't know what you mean by knife cover. The DNA on the knife sheath was Bryan Kohberger's. I don't know what you mean. Right. Is it a blanket? You know, I don't know. The dog was a golden doodle, I think. It could be from the blanket. That's true. That's very true. I wonder if these edges would be a little bit gummy you know, from like that adhesive shit when they seal leather together. But then if you look up here too, this is what I was talking about, body, these like stripes in the sheath, in the leather sheath. And do you think that they tested these spots to see whose blood it was? The dog wasn't locked up. The dog was scared underneath Kaylee's desk. It's in the body cam. The dog was hiding underneath Kaylee's desk. Is it in the docs? I need to read those. Ugh, that's a lot of freaking documents, man. That's an investment for sure. Oh, the dog. I don't know that the dog didn't have blood on it. That's the thing, because they were idiotic and they took the dog to the pound. They didn't even check the dog right away, did they? When do we start? I think the dog was locked up, but then found under the desk when the room was opened. Oh, okay. I know, poor baby. That was heartbreaking when you saw him underneath there. That dog would have been as red as Clifford in that room. Yeah, I agree with that. Remember, he was outside barking, though. I know. It was so sad, Lindsay. Well, I'm going to have to read the documents because I don't know what was on what because it just came out today. So if you guys are with me, we'll start digging into them. We'll just take our time going through it. I know, me too, Crimson. It's interesting to go back to, you know, what we know and what we've seen and what we find out that's new. That's definitely why I like following true crime, is definitely not for crime con, but for, you know, why things happen, how they happened. It's part of curiosity, and I think it's a healthy curiosity as long as you don't go overboard. You know what I mean? All right, you guys, I'm going to hit the sack, hit the sheets. I hope you guys had a great Halloween. Thanks for joining me. It was a fun night live. Thank you to all the new members. God, I haven't been on J for Justice live in so long. We're going to roll our credits. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody. Make sure you are subscribed. Hit the notification bell for all and hit the thumbs up on your way out. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. And good to see you, NorCal. Thanks, Cals, for sticking around. And Culkin, if you're still listening, I love you. I'll see you guys later. I guess we're not running our credits because I didn't set it up. So, psych. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this live stream or video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on my latest content. Want to take it a step further?
Bring it all in.
And join our community clickers by becoming a Patreon or a YouTube member. You'll get exclusive access to our Discord server, special channel perks, and much more. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.
Click. It's real easy, man.